I will like distract them with my charisma, you know, and like I'll try to turn them.
We are live, folks.
Flip them.
Hello, everybody. Guys, welcome in. I hope that you are here for a good time, for a long time. And we are springing into tonight's at least recap. In the interim, I want to make sure that that everybody is aware. I was asked if hey Bub, if it's possible, you said 360 misaligned the card. So if perchance someone came in with 720, could we realign the card? I said yes. Yes, you could do that, but good luck. Good luck. So I want to put that out there, and I'm basically giving them to figure this out until we are through the recap of what happened last time, and I have no idea how long this is going to take. So,
how long do we have?
let's find out.
Start the timer.
Can you guys recall what occurred last time we played?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay.
I wrote notes.
Okay, well, that's perfect because between you and Ronald, I have like the full chronicler squad, and that's important.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Started with Oz knitting.
It did. It did.
And then Rye was telling the big things where Rye was telling Gurovin all the things. He told him everything, which was like, all right, bud. I don't know if we should tell him all the things, but we are. He showed him the little crown thing that he had. And then he talked a little bit about Professor L and what was going on with him in the past few years. That he was being weird or like different than what we all knew Professor L to be like. And then when we talked about the way, he was all like sketchy about it. And then I can't remember, he said something about like recent dead and long dead, but I can't remember like what that was about. I just remember that was important and I wrote it down, and then now I forgot.
That's a-okay. It's been a while since we played, so I don't expect everybody to remember all the details.
He told us Tripp was a wraith, which I think we all kind of were already there anyway. And then Rye recognized like an old dwarven saying because Eli said it to Tripp.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the deal was with that, but like that was the thing that happened.
He came through and he threatened. I think was it Tripp that you threatened, Eli? I think it was.
He was threatening. Yeah, he was threatening Tripp.
If
that's usually who I threaten.
Yeah, you said something to the extent of if you get the boy killed and I die too, I will haunt you until the ends of Earth or something like that, or the ends of time.
For all eternity.
For all eternity,
yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty ferocious, at least by design. And that was what Rye remembered. He's like, man, that is just uncanny to hear that within like the last week by someone else. So that was that tie, and actually made it in my own notes here that Rye had a sudden realization.
The whole, because he remembered hearing it on the caravan over to Harrowstone.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Wait.
I didn't write that part down.
You're chilling with my dwarf crew.
Yeah, you weren't sitting directly like
and
with
the
them,
caravan.
but you had heard him talking with other dwarves.
You were protecting a caravan. That's what you were doing before you went out on the road.
That's right. Yeah, man. There's so much I forgot, man. It feels like a lifetime.
Coming back to me now.
Yeah. It is coming back to me now. Okay. All right.
And you were like, I'm just not going to say anything right now. I'm just going to remember that for later. Is what you said.
File that away.
See, I can't remember what the context of that was. Like, what was the significance?
Because I was like, Tripp, if you get us killed, I'm gonna like stalk you forever and like torture you forever till the end of time. And you were like, oh, I remember I heard that on with the dwarf merchant people.
Okay,
that I traveled with.
that I was Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
it was something my master had said.
Yeah, am I still? It's like it's so weird to tell you. It's like, am I still feeling this way or that way? What is the current relationship between me and Oz? Am I still
Oz? I mean, it's great. I don't think it's been better. Like, you guys are bros.
It's like your only friend.
Yeah, but I feel like in the last episode, and I broke down. I felt like there was maybe something I did.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
you did say something.
You made Oz sad.
You did say something that made Oz sad, but Oz is already not that affected by it because Oz is stealing magical fucking items for you away from the leading town wizard.
It's true. That's right. I forgot about the.
Pecker's sitting on the power
or something, right?
Thor. That's right.
Yeah, Pecker's like sitting on a bucket that's like vibrating underneath him.
And I know everything about it because I watched it all happen.
Oh, just because I looked. Oh, because I just kind of had
from the shadows.
Oh my gosh! And then the whole necromancer thing, like the whole blood magic kind of thing. Okay, yeah.
And he was like, "Who took my book?" And
you know, honestly,
was like,
that was kind of the perfect scenario because he was panning the room, looking for anything that would have gone missing, and if he had not looked to the desk first, he would have saw the storm bubbles missing, and that would have been a whole thing.
Well,
okay, you're welcome.
Listen, how smart is this guy? Because if I had like some strangers over and I saw one guy be like, "What's this orb?" and I explained it to him, and then they left my house and I looked around and my orb was gone, I would probably put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, for sure. When he sees it's missing, he's gonna realize he's gonna be real shitty about it. But the necromancy manual was like it's kind of important. It's super illegal in most places. So yeah. That long.
Didn't you try to like commandeer the book?
Yep. Yeah.
I asked about the book.
Yeah.
And he was like real sassy about it.
Mm-hmm. And I
didn't want me to touch it.
And it says to return to someone, so I was just trying to do that.
Yeah. You guys are supposed to return a set of books already to someone, and or are you supposed to drop off letters?
Well, he's saying that was lent to him or whatever.
Yeah, but he was like, this person gave it to me.
Likely story. Show me your library card.
Is there proof of that? But I'm pretty sure he could just blast us to death anyway, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, he kind of kept you guys there. You would have eventually found a way out, right? But it wasn't like, no, hold on, wait a second. He was just like, door be gone. And you're like, but what happened to the door?
It's a door be gone spell. It's level
that's
3.
Right. That's right. It's, unfortunately,
the old door be gone.
That's right. That's right. He rubbed the ointment on the door. It was gone. Just
Look,
very well timed.
Oz thought we got caught because of the orb. When it was all about the book, he was like, "Whew."
Well, yeah, I remember you had to like make checks for Pecker because it was under Pecker, and he was like freaking out.
Yeah.
So where are we at like currently?
Like back at the
sheriff.
Yeah,
we left on a kind of cliffhanger, right? Because like the sheriff was laying in broke. Like we went back to Kendra's, and she was like, the sheriff was like laying in broken glass, and Kendra was like standing there all shaken and shook, and Rye busted in, and like try to superhero take her outside or something like that, while the rest of us were being like sneaky, sneaky.
That's right.
And he had an S carved into his head.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the back of his head in the hair.
And then Clark Kent left. No, I'm just kidding. That's not.
And this was who now? This was the sheriff?
The
Sheriff Benjamin Kaler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
He had
The one
looked
that
like
was-
he was frozen in fear and looking upward.
Yeah, he was gonna meet us back at the house. Remember to question us about the murder.
Oh wait, what's Wyld's situation right now specifically in
Wild.
regards to?
I told
wild.
him.
It's wild.
On the way back, I was like, "Sheriff's looking for you." That was my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
because
it's-
I'm pretty
now
sure
it's not-
Cobalt, like,
You asked
yeah.
Well, now it
Yeah.
might
Like-
be a little bit more crazy, because originally the sheriff was coming there to be like, "You murder some people," and then
He's
now
gonna
like,
believe us now.
We saw the-
I
we saw the-
remember that now.
Some of the most animated that we've seen from Torvin up to this point, when he finally, like, he's like, I throw my hands down, he's like, I look at him and I was like, listen, boy, just shut up. Just shut up. And I was like, "Hey, perfect. Okay, here we go." So yes,
That's right.
there was also, like, just to highlight something that happened in the basement, there was some necrobotany. Rye particularly.
previous episode.
Yeah, but that was lingering. I know that was a point of contention for like half the
Y'all
players
be
at the table.
smoking some dude's wife. I ain't into that.
Okay,
I'm a
to be
good-
That could have
fair,
been me.
to be
You are not a
fair,
good goblin. You
I
stole
didn't
from
know
that man.
it was his wife when I smoked her. All
You were the
right.
perfect person to smoke her, though.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I took a hit.
You just
It was a strange
accidentally
experience,
mixed
but then, you know, it's like once you hit it and you've already smoked the wife, you might as, I mean, you're
If
done.
they're
You've
weird,
crossed the
it's
It's a
threshold.
gateway
this
drug,
virtual
man.
swinger club
It's
that's
no
that's
longer
happening
taboo.
basically.
Yeah, what's
That's what's
that
happening.
show? I think it was like
accidentally.
BoJack, where like you know, like he's like, don't do anything, and he like sneezes and like
I love
a
BoJack.
napkin gets knocked
Yeah.
over, and he's like, well, that's it. Like the seal's been broken, so
Yep.
he's like bouncing on the bed with ice cream and stuff. You know? Same thing, same vibe.
So,
Not
yes.
the same vibe at all.
I mean, I kind of got the feel. I'm picking it up.
Smoking some dude's
Listen.
wife.
Oh,
versus-
there
no.
was also something that I had about Oz.
Not even legal in Colorado.
Oz's old clan was supposed to attack the old king, crown, the old
That's old
king
news.
of the mountains, or is that?
The Five Kings Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from the episode before
Yeah.
that one.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's
That
a lot
was-
there
You know
that
the one right after you killed a
Yeah.
child.
Basically,
I didn't kill
I
anybody.
never said that.
there's lots of
almost
giant
did.
issues between us all. Let's just put it that way.
Um,
Like literal giants, like giants issues, not necessarily that they're giant issues.
I just want to point out the dead guy's the least questionably moral. Is like the person with like the highest moral standards.
Look,
Point that out.
we don't know what all you did.
Just I just feel better around myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm not that bad. I didn't break a safety room.
Wait.
I
What have
didn't steal from a
What
mage.
has Oz done?
I didn't steal. I didn't smoke someone's wife.
I
didn't
was
have a-
offered his wife.
I didn't potentially stab a woman outside of a barn, and as a religious person, you know, this is also going back to Temerity. I didn't watch someone commit a crime. You know, I omitted myself from that situation.
I didn't
So-
either.
I
didn't
may
see shit.
I may be locked in Harrowstone, but being around you guys, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm not that bad. You know what? That's it. I'm like, you know what? You're a good egg.
You
Punched a
almost killed
child.
a child.
I almost stopped one of the most notorious
Okay.
killers in
Oh,
this
Potato,
town.
potato,
And
and we saved
God.
you.
I got KS'd by
Yes.
magic, okay?
God damn it.
That same
I got chaos.
Inquisitor that you've just given shit to was the one that saved the child that you nearly murdered. All right. No, you had successfully murdered that child. Temerity then afterwards successfully saved them. All right. You
I
have murder.
stressed
on your
about
hands.
that for a whole week, man.
What
were we gonna do? And she's like,
I'm sorry,
slides
Eli,
in.
Mr. Goblin Genocide. I didn't know we were really talking about
Fuck
taking a
'em.
single life to the 500 goblin lives you apparently have taken. I don't want to hear this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's like,
right
I
with
commit
Oz.
genocide. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'm the bad one
What?
here.
Yeah,
killing
and
goblins
Eli-
is just a
And
thing.
Eli looks at me like I'm evil.
Yeah,
He's
He's
all
like-
like, "You're evil. You're the worst." But you literally genocided a whole.
yeah, yeah. He's
Goblins
like,
are
as long as our-
bad. They
yeah, he's like,
steal
as
and
long as
raid
our-
and loot.
Oz personally did not do that.
You know,
You're a
No, but like he even
hobgoblin.
told you like the session prior,
What's-
he's like, "Oh, if you're one of the few goblins I haven't killed." I'm like, "Bro, like no one's gonna say
Yeah,
me." Okay,
Oz.
You're only
but
a hob away
Oz
from a goblin.
true.
Was not doing that.
You're usually KOS. I don't know.
what's
kill,
funny
Kill on sight.
is all of this that's being said the entire time. Looking to Torvin, Torvin's like, oh yeah, I've killed like thousands of giants, like especially like baby giants. Just goosed them all. Like they're
To be fair,
They're gone.
hobgoblins are murder
It's like
hobos.
yours.
That's a different issue.
That's their fault for being so vulnerable.
wow, wow.
Maybe they should protect them better.
Holy.
Hide better.
I'm
that's
speaking
their
as
fucking
Rye. All right.
Okay, fair. All right, fair. All right, I'm not mad about that. I will say though, I think it's interesting that Oz is like some of the larger part of the moral compass of the game, yet does the most bizarre petty crimes or attempts to do them consistently.
But here's
I'm pretty
the
sure
thing. Oz does them with good intention.
Well, okay,
You
all right.
upgraded
So
from petty theft to grand larceny with one item. Like you literally did that with one item.
Dude, nothing makes Rye prouder than when Oz gets up to mischief. All right, this like the best thing ever.
I think it
I
started
want to
right. Like I think it started with Oz peeping on Kendra, like looking through the lock and peeping on Kendra.
He wasn't. You make it sound like Oz was being a creeper. Oz was like on her. Oz was like gonna
mean-
go check on her, and then there was weird stuff, and she was talking to
didn't
somebody,
judge
and he
you.
was like,
Does
"What's
she
happening?"
do the weird stuff?
And then it got creepy. It got weird. Yeah.
It got weird. You're not wrong. But
But
then,
not in
like,
the way that.
as of the last
you
couple
would
of
think.
sessions, you were like, I wonder what he keeps in that chest behind his bed. Is he looking? Can I get over there in that?
I mean, I'm a hobgoblin. I'm curious.
I'm curious. I'm waiting on you to be like mid-action, and Eli's like, you motherfucker! Just catch you in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
I want to know why we're all taking our moral compass from the fucking wraith right
Oh
now.
my god.
Like, why is he trying
We
to tell
aren't,
us what's
because
what?
Some of
Even-
us aren't. We're
in,
not
in
fooled.
spite of the one incident that I have had, I also
what it's
have
called?
I also have the smallest kill count of everyone here.
You know what that's
Pretty
called?
confident of that.
What are you
It's called
talking about?
deflection.
Dude,
He's trying
all-
to deflect.
All I've done in combat is get bit and like
Yeah.
almost die. All right, listen,
Our
Rye's like
hardened-
the big game so far.
Yeah.
But like we're about to probably get into some shit, and reality's gonna hit real quick.
Our
And we
hardened
are only
fighter
level what 2?
has gotten pretty banged up in this entire excursion. In fact, I think you have like outside of you and Eli, I think you have the highest kill rate right now. Because you took
Ooh.
out you've killed like I think the
Yeah.
most amount of bugs.
No,
man.
no.
Killed a mosquito.
Temerity,
Killed a
Temerity.
centipede.
Temerity, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I kill with reason, and they're already dead. It doesn't
Sure,
count.
sure, I got you. I'm not.
Who
I'm not
cares
making-
They're
if you're
already
killing
dead.
if you have a
It
good
doesn't
reason
count.
for it?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank
No,
you,
you
Eli,
are
for
killing.
pointing that
No.
out. Thank you.
I am. But you know what? I'm not killing living beings.
So
So,
much
Just smite them.
Sturges are living creatures, okay?
Yeah, but they're icky.
So
That's good enough
they
reason.
They literally put a straw in my stomach, the size of your head.
Hey, they need to survive, okay?
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna save you next time.
If
The
my holy
justifications
power
I'm hearing
burns
are
something, it
all
deserves it.
taken.
Look at me.
Exactly.
Look at me.
See?
All-
That's how your eye feels.
Look, all Sturges matter, okay?
Feels good.
Okay, you're like the only other person on this call who can say that. I was about to get real fucking mad. I was like, oh no, hold on, no, he's okay, never mind.
I was waiting for the eye burn.
I think my favorite
Literal
accusation
burn.
thus far was Eli seeing with his detect evil, seeing Rye, and thinking like, that fucker's evil. I know he is. I'm just gonna wait for it. And then when he saw the souls, he was like, witch, kill him! Like
Kill the
immediately.
witch.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. That was a pretty stellar moment. So
Let me just lay some hands on you, see if it burns, buddy.
I think
You know?
I think we're
Wants
rounding
to
out
touch you.
our recap. We have like our last
Oh, no.
events, right? Go ahead.
What? I'm sorry. We have so many things to talk about, though.
What do we?
Like the card. What?
That's
Could you
right,
just
this
remind
card.
everybody?
Yeah,
to
of
chat
course.
about the
I will,
card?
in fact. So just to remind everybody.
Oh, and also, all of our rerolls transferred out from last week.
Yeah,
to this
we
week, right?
did have
So-
one, correct. The Harrow card. Last time that we started or tried to start playing, it was aligned. Someone came through today and beat more than double what the battle was for it and tipped 360 to misalign the card, which comes in at probably one of the most intense variants of misalignment that will hit the crew. I will let everybody know now so that you don't have to wonder. If you're at all curious as to know what the brass dwarf does when it is misaligned, I'll tell you right now.
Help.
If the misalignment is here, it doubles critical fail range. It increases fail range. And there are 0 critical successes allowed.
Oh, I thought we had the other one of that.
We did.
Yes.
That's why we want them to pay to reverse it
Yes.
again.
So,
Because somebody decided to be a jerkbag.
Wait,
That
so
wasn't
we're
long.
saying that like
Kindest
crit
way.
range would be like what, 1 to 2, and then
critical fail range would be 1 to 2. If the DC to, like let's say it was like, I need to see something, right? So if I need to see something, it increases the fail range. So if it's like the DC is 8, you would need a DC 12 to beat it going forward. If the DC is 12, you need like a DC 16. And then...
Are you kidding me? Right before we're about to actually go to this stupid prison? Oh my gosh.
We're
Why
gonna
are
have
we
to
making
fight
this
before the
harder on
prison, I
ourselves?
think.
It is an amazing combination.
it
Okay,
is,
well.
and you guys can't know what the joke is until it triggers. Tonight is the joke. It's a secondary card that came through, but I left it open while we were in the duration of our recap. If somebody comes through with a 720 tip, if they are able to double it, then the card goes back to alignment. However, Pharmacia said, "Fight me, I will double that."
You're literally condemning Rye to death. Like, let's think about Eli's
Oh my
roles.
god. It's
I just
kinda
want to
true.
point out Eli's role. Not Eli's roles. I'm sorry, Ella's roles.
Rise, yeah.
He's gonna die, y'all. You literally, this is like a death
Why
sentence.
do
Oh,
hate
You know,
Ellis
you know
so
what's
much?
kind of crazy? The other
Just
game I'm
make your
in, I
character
roll
sheet now.
so well. Like it's like night and day. It's night and day. Rye really does have like the worst fucking rolls. It's like 6s all the time.
4s.
4s,
Fours.
6s.
Get your
Like-
second character sheet ready.
You know why it's always 6s?
Oh yeah, because I'm
Oh,
evil. Because I'm a devil.
You monster.
A
you.
handsome devil. Look at that. Got him, see?
So, for tonight, if the cards don't flip, if it miraculously doesn't flip, I am opening it up to 10 luck rerolls. And even the players tonight, if they decide to, even they can bid on their luck rerolls. So, we just got our first come through courtesy of Bulbasaur the Destroyer. We have the one from last week, correct. So that has us at 2 of our 10. What was the last things that happened in our experience here? How did our session
Found
end?
S.
Nope,
On the
close.
Oh.
That wasn't the very
That's
last
the last
thing.
thing I had.
Oh, the professor showed up as
Yeah.
ghost form?
Not even a ghost form.
Oh, kill him.
It was a Jedi ghost form.
Oh god, no, this
Very
is horrifying.
different.
No, my friend. It
His corpse.
Rye and Kendra were outside when Petros Lorimor and his decaying body arrived on the scene, walking to the Lorimor residence.
Is he lost?
No, he knows where he's
Pretty
going.
sure he knows the way here. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm about to kill someone.
Petros, what's up, man? We thought you were dead. I just got real drunk.
And
Built you a peach tree.
and without
Yeah, we planted you a peach tree, bro.
terrible.
Hope you like peaches.
Exo9, thank you so much, my friend. That is
Oh, shit, your jaw
I
another-
carried a watermelon.
I'm sure there's a mouthful you can tell us. Oh, wait.
terrible. Terrible. I approve though.
I'm just warning you guys. I haven't had any social interaction for like 2 weeks, so
My guy, this is perfect.
I'm giddy with friendship time.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. So
I mean, I put on a bra for you all. It's serious
Oh.
business.
kind
Oh.
of it's fail. It's a success. I
Me
don't
too.
actually know
Yeah,
where
I
it
was about to
goes.
say like
Yeah.
I don't know where that.
But trust me,
yay.
I'm 48. They're not. It's you gotta. It's a good thing.
I feel that.
I'm
I
gonna remain
Don't look at Dave
professional and
over
appropriate.
25.
And with
Professional
that,
and appropriate.
we are taking our very adult D&D game into some serious RP. Oh no, it's It's a-okay. I'm not even remotely upset about it. I encourage it. This is the one game a week right now that breathes life back into my life. So thank you for showing up, everyone. So, let's kick us off. The scene starts and sets here with this. Rye. Kendra was pushing past you. She had put her arm just over your shoulder to try to push by you, and she said, "Dad?" as she walked on by. You see, as the moonlight cascades over the houses and the peach tree, the decayed and crushed face of Petros Lorimor as he walks with a hobble in the direction of the Lorimor residence. What do you do?
I yell for Temerity.
Do you now?
Yeah. As I look and I realize what I'm looking at, I'm obviously taken aback and confused.
Okay.
But like I can see that he is undead, right? Like
he looks way worse for wear, my friend. Way worse for wear. This is something you saw his body.
Yeah, I would what's Kendra acting like?
She's frightened, but she's seeing one of the most important people of her life walking directly at her.
She's not like trying to like be like Dad and run up and hug him or anything. Like she seems stationary.
For the moment, she doesn't really know what's going on. But then again, who really does?
Yeah. Oh man, Rye's so tired right now too. Like, didn't I just get done smoking that guy's wife? So,
yes.
Like, yeah, and I ran in. We got high stakes going on. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Actually, no, because I remember I just had a bunch of stuff revealed. I'm gonna actually roll for myself. Sorry if I'm being a little.
That's okay. That's a-okay.
Yeah. I
you still yelled for Temerity though, right?
I'm gonna see if I hesitate at first.
Okay.
I mean, if I can find my character sheet. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it's been a little bit since I've been on here. What kind of role would be to like gather my composure? Because like I feel like it was just revealed.
Give me a will save.
Like a will save. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do.
Oh. You're like self-inflicting yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just kind of pause and stare at first, kind of dumbfounded. It's kind of rising up, you know, some of the thoughts and emotions from earlier with some of the things that were revealed to him. He has no idea what he's looking at. He's just gonna kind of look at Kendra and look back and just wait and see what Petros does.
Sure.
Instead of calling. I'm not calling yet.
Sure, okay, that's fine. We can work with that. No problems here. I'd like to know what's happening in the house. You guys are still standing around the semi-unconscious body of Benjamin Kaler. You've not really started
open?
Suturing the wounds. Yes, the door is open.
Can I see out the door to the other people? I'm by the sheriff. I was trying to like make sure he wasn't wounded and get him to come to.
It's about I want to say 15 feet out the house. It's the longest hallway in the house before it hits the stairwell. So yeah, let's give you a shot here. I mean, you don't have dark vision. They don't have a light out there with them. There is low light. I got to give you a shot.
Okay.
So give me perception. Let's see what you get. You know they're out there. You can sort of make out the silhouettes of the two of them. It doesn't look like anything's happening though, and like as far as you can tell.
Okay, if I don't hear anything, then I'll just take some water out and I'll start trying to like pour it on the sheriff's like head and see if that will like help bring him to or something, snap him back.
Sure.
I know his eyes are open or whatever, but
sure, okay.
I know he's got blood on his head from the symbol, right?
Yeah, from the cut, right? It was like it looked like a symbol, but your best guess, based on what you've discovered thus far, is you think it's a letter.
Mm-hmm.
You thought it was an S. So. Torvin, Temerity, Oz, what are the three of you doing?
When I saw the man on the ground, I would have pulled back into the shadows and just to check the surrounding rooms to make sure there wasn't any other threat here.
Gotcha. Temerity, Oz?
So I'm probably still kind of salty that he got the book back. I gave the book back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm salty.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna So the professor is outside, right? He didn't walk into the room,
he's outside. It would be difficult for you to hear it, to see it, because I know that you did go inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would just. I don't. What's Oz doing? My other fellow thief.
Oz is gonna kind of look around and see if he can kind of investigate the area and decipher what happened here. Maybe sniff some things, lick some things, as you do.
Sure. Give me a perception and then follow it with a survival.
As Oz does.
Am I at disadvantage or something?
No, this is just a sort of, okay.
What was the secondary survival?
Survival, yes.
18.
Jeez.
Very good. Very good. Good rolls. So you're peeking around, right? Like you're trying to pick up on any of the details. You see that Torvin is wandering from room to room, checking to make sure that it's a lone affair, that nothing else would have happened. I mean, you've had plenty of reason at this point to see if anything else could have even remotely occurred. Her story checks out before she bolted out of the room with Rye, that there was no struggle as far as you could tell, but it looks like there was some sort of physical strike on the mirror in the hallway. You can actually see there is some sort of like bashing damage on the wall, it seems. The frame still remains. There is glass of the mirror all the way around him. Just small amounts of blood. His knuckles seem to be, like his right knuckles seem to be rather beat up. Might just be the state of his job, but you can definitely assume that the fresh cuts are from that. You don't see anything else that seems to be out of place. There's no odd smells as far as you can tell. Just everything that would be normal as per this location.
Okay. I guess Oz will kind of lean into Eli and be like, well, what do you think happened?
Who knows? Supernatural stuff just keeps occurring. Something looks like it sure startled him, though. He looks like he's in shock.
He looked in the mirror and saw something else, and then punched it, and then,
What is Tripp doing?
His knuckles are pretty cut up.
What's Tripp doing in all this?
If no one else is tending to him, I probably would have found like some cloth or like a pillow on the inside and propped his head under and like tried to, I guess, cover the gashes and stuff on him.
It looks like right now Eli is pouring some like water over it and on his face to sort of like jar him from this this momentary like stuckness, if you will. He's almost catatonic, right? Yeah. So if you're gonna kind of lift the face or to soak up some of the water and some of the blood, your combined efforts, you get blinking at best, but there is not much. He is like literally struck and frozen with fear.
We should probably try to move him to a bed.
Can I get perceptions from everyone but Rye? Nine.
15.
15. 11 and 15. Okay. 19, 15, 11, 15. Okay. Eli. It's faint. But you can make out some of the things, anything that's being said outside right now, and you hear what Rye is going to hear very clearly. You hear, Dad? Rye, for you, she sort of like mutters under her breath, right? You can hear, is it him? Dad? And she takes another 2 steps forward. The figure that is Petrus Larimore continues to step. It never really breaks pace, but it's not fast by any means. It's moving at about 10 feet in 6 seconds. I wouldn't quite describe it as a shamble, but it's definitely moving with injury.
I reach out to grab Kendra's arm.
Yeah, and if I picked up on that sound, I'll say, I think something's going on outside. I think I just heard Kendra say, Dad. And then I'll get up and the sheriff will be secondary and I'll head in that direction out the door.
Does anybody move with Eli? I'm curious.
If Eli makes it sound like Kendra's dad's outside, then yes, I'm gonna go.
As one hundo is curious, but I think keeps looking back to see. He's also a little freaked out that body might like come stand up.
Sure, yeah, with reason, of course. Tripp, do you maintain the body here? Are you like staying with the sheriff? Okay.
Yeah, I would. If anything, like if it's something that everyone's kind of getting up to do, I would even let Eli know that he can go, and I'll just kind of tend to watching over him.
Got it. Torvin
mutters to his breath, "Well, of course he is," and starts to walk outside slowly.
Sure. When it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah.
So, everybody starts making their way to the door. At this point, there's about 10 feet, another round worth before Kendra and Petros meet. You said you wanted to stop her, grab out at her.
Yeah. I want to grab her arm. As soon as I see her start to like step towards, definitely gonna grab her arm. Excuse my his.
She's already pushed past you at this point. You can try to stop her, but I'm gonna need you to try to grapple here. Hold on to her. This is a lot easier for you. You're basically in speciality here.
Yeah, absolutely. Why would I miss an opportunity to, where's it, CMB?
CMB, yes, correct.
Okay. To roll a 6.
To roll a 6, that's fine. There's really not much fight. Like, she tries to shake your hand off, but this isn't your first time preventing someone from moving. You're so used to people just like moving with wile and agility that you catch up her arm in such a way and the sleeve that she's unable to kind of break free. She glances back and there's confusion on her face, and she tries to pull forward again. At this point, Temerity, I imagine that you were sort of secondary leading here with Eli. When you guys make it to the door, you can see the two of them, Rye and Kendra. Rye's holding onto her arm. Kendra is trying, like, not really trying to break away at this point, but she's trying to step forward. And there's a figure that you can see. It's sort of silhouetting from your angle, and it looks like that of a man. You're not catching the affronted details that they are. What does everybody do?
I'm gonna put my hand on my crossbow.
Okay.
And in the gruffest voice I can manage, who is that?
I'm just gonna keep walking until I can get to Rye when I can.
Is there any way that I can sort of pull her, like put myself between Petros and Kendra?
I mean, yeah, of course. You can definitely move up and position yourself between them.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and as I do that, I'm not even gonna be looking at her. I'm just gonna keep watching Petros, and I'm just gonna tell her, he's dead. The last time we saw him, he was dead. Look. And I'm like trying to get her to like look at Petros and see him for what, he is, which apparently is obvious to me.
Sure, of course. You say that, watching, and she continues to try to fight you. At this point, you actually can feel the duress of her just doing that. She's gonna try to resist you.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, my
Not
CMD
much.
is 18.
Yeah, not much here. Gotta give her the benefit of the doubt. Not with that. Shit. Okay.
Dude, if Kendra would have been able to like beat my CMD, I would have just cried.
I'm gonna use one of my luck rerolls. I'm gonna try it. I have to try.
Oh my gosh, don't make me cry.
Fuck. Nope, not this time. Not this time.
You sure you don't want to use another luck roll?
Hey, homie, I got
amulet of holding.
Bob, you're not the only one
so.
who can tempt, okay? I don't want to do another.
You cheeky shit. I can get 10 here too, my friend. So if
I'm
the
just
chat comes
saying, if
through-
you got 10, what's 3? You got more than half still.
Don't worry,
just give it another.
I'll save it for later. I promise.
Okay, all right.
I got a cake
I'll
baking
give
for you. I
myself
promise.
3
It's gonna
inspiration D6s.
Perfect. Okay, so she tries to break by you. She is not succeeding in that, but she is resisting. So it's obvious that she's still interested in what's going on, right? You say that, you hear the voice behind you, Temerity. Who is that? The others, you can hear the footfall of them moving up to you at this point. Do you glance back? Are you trying to like communicate with him further? Like, what does this look like from Rye's perspective?
Does it look like Kendra's hearing me, or is she just ignoring me and just kind of just trying to like shrug me off? Or shrug me off?
I mean, they're definitely like, she hears you, right? But you can say one thing, but what the heart wants, right?
The heart wants to get eaten by a zombie. I'm gonna
Look, I have a character that
I don't
understands what Kendra's going through right now, and my character got a lot of shit for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna push Kendra.
You're gonna push her?
I'm gonna push her back towards the party.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna give her a nice little heave. Isn't there like an action to push?
Yeah, it's provoked. You don't have improved bull rush. She's not gonna attack you, but she's not gonna be happy about it. Go ahead and
she's attacking my pride by trying to break my CMD.
Yes, that's so. Give me another CMB at this point. You basically you're shoving her away. If this were like an actual scuffle, she would get an attack of opportunity on you, but not this case.
I want it to be known that, and maybe there's no way to portray this in my intention. I don't mean to hurt her.
Of course. You're just trying to push her back.
So.
You're doing non-lethal. 21. Right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
That's good.
Hadouken.
Yeah, no shit. You beat the hell out of her CMD. She wasn't prepared for it, right? Like she immediately tries to stumble back, but she's not wearing adventurer boots. She's been wearing like a long and beautiful dress pretty much the entire time, and her shoes catch her dress. She immediately tumbles back. It's a pretty hard fall, admittedly. Like you hear the chirp of her losing air. She wasn't prepared for it.
I look at Eli, and I just say, keep an eye on her. I think Petros is back.
And with that,
Can Oz now see everything?
oh yeah, at this point, as you already have enhanced vision. You have dark vision.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell that this is the body of Petros Lorimor. It's only been like 3 or 4 days since you guys buried him.
Well, Oz kind of like runs out there, not towards it, not like into him, but like
Jesus.
towards that direction, and is like, Professor Hale?
Perfect. You run out just in time to see the zombified body of Petros Lorimor take a swing at Rye from behind. What is your flat foot, Rye?
Without Dex, I'm down 2 AC, so I guess it would be 14 AC. Is that what you mean by flat-footed?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, 14 AC.
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible rolls tonight. Oh man.
With
I
advantage.
counterattack with a drastic right hook.
Yeah, let's go into initiative at this point. So
All right.
let me put up a tracker and you guys go ahead and throw up your initiative. So that was semi-surprised round. And we've got not
21.
impressive.
Don't we have to touch our person first and then?
I can record
Yeah,
it.
but there's no person.
Oh,
for me to
okay.
touch.
Then that's it.
I'm not in this combat, right? Because I'm still inside.
Correct. Rye, what is your initiative?
It was 17.
Conveniently.
17. Oz, what'd you get?
21.
Thank you. Eli,
I got an 11.
thank you. Torvin,
A 14.
14. Nice, you guys are kind of blowing them out of the water here. And Temerity,
Not bad. It's almost like
19.
we're adventurers.
19.
Babies.
We're
Level 2, baby.
It's almost like I'm
No.
faster than a
Boys and girls.
zombie.
We're little nugs.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Making me
friends.
hungry.
Oz, where you stand, okay? Where you stand, you have just witnessed the zombified body of the man that you've known as your teacher swing out and take a strike at Rye. It careens with his body, but it seemed to have no lasting effect. Either he couldn't break through the armor or it was just hitting and raking across the backside. We were officially in combat.
Freshly rested before. I can't remember.
We haven't been in combat since the bugs, and that was a while ago. So yeah, I think so.
Okay, because I didn't have all my spells yet. So. That's why I was wondering. I need to refresh that.
I don't think we have rested yet, have we?
You guys have since that fight.
Okay.
Otherwise, you would be in trouble. You would be in so much trouble because you took like lingering poison damage to your body.
Yeah, we even went to the cleric. Remember, Temerity, to get healed at the church.
Oz, you are up. What does Oz do here?
Ooh, I mean, Oz says the line that he was saying as like Professor Lormord's going to grab Ryan is like, Professor L? And if that doesn't catch his like attention and make him like pay attention, I think Oz is going to. I don't really know what I can do here. I don't know if he wants to hurt him yet. Let me look up what this spell does. I don't know if he's actually going to do any. I don't really have any spells that I can do right now, and I don't think he wants to hurt.
Okay.
Professor L.
You got it. So you just hold action?
So I think, yeah, he just kind of like shouts at him, and I guess I'm trying to get his attention. I don't know if there's like a roll I could do for that. Like a skill.
I mean, you just basically you shout out, right? You try to get his attention. If you succeed, then it's just that. What do you yell out to him?
Well, he's like, Professor L, what are you doing? That's right.
Okay. You scream out to the late professor. It seems to have no effect. His attention is not cast upon you, and it seems like its focus is immediately on Rye here. Temerity, your turn.
So I can see that this is Petros.
Yeah.
And he's swinging at Rye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Is
shoot
he still
him.
missing his jaw?
He is missing a fair amount of his jaw, yes.
I am absolutely gonna shoot him.
Okay, go for it.
Right. Duck.
Can I aim for a certain part of him?
That would be a called shot.
Okay.
And you can called shot, but it depends on what you're aiming for. If you're aiming for like a foot, it's not that bad. But if you're aiming for like an eyeball,
shoulder.
A shoulder? Okay, so yeah, that's not that bad. It's going to be sub 4. So if you're going to called shot, it's subtract 4 from whatever that is. So if you have like a +4 to hit, then you just -4 from that. All right, so crossbow, is that with a -4 in there?
No.
Okay, so then that's an 8. Let's see if that's going to hit my zombified friend. It is not. An 8 will not. It does. It just seems to careen over shoulder. Do you move?
Yeah.
Where do you go? Do you move up closer?
Towards him, yeah.
Okay, sure, you got it. I'm assuming not in melee range.
Into melee range? Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, you are moving into melee. Okay, gotcha.
If I missed him, I'm gonna, and he's trying to come for one of us, and he looks undead right now, so I really am in my yeah. So we're gonna, we don't attack our friends today, right? Like don't bite your friends. So I'm going to do my best to try to subdue him while we I don't want to kill him yet. I want to figure out what the hell's going on. So that's my intent. I'm trying to hold person without hold person.
You got it. Rye, it is your turn. What does Rye do?
Grapples. First of all, when he's like, when I'm looking at him now that I'm close, can I just tell he's undead? Like, is it? Like,
yeah,
what does
I mean,
he look
more
like?
than just the look. There's the smell that follows. It is the smell of decay, of a body ravaged by pest and mite alike. He's not just a dirty friend, okay? He's very, very deceased.
Now, am I aware of whether or not he can use his jaw or not?
No idea.
Okay. I'm going to grapple him.
Okay.
In an attempt to subdue him. So let me go ahead. I'm basically, what I want to try to do, I know that I can't do this all at once, but attempt to grapple him. If I can grapple him, then I want to try to take him down, or try to get some sort of control over him.
Go for it.
We can maybe,
Let's see if you can grapple him. CMB 13. Let's see if that beats his combat maneuver defense. That does not.
How many rerolls do we have?
3 as of this moment.
3.
I'm gonna try again. I'll use 1.
Go for it. Let's see what you got. That's significantly better, and you will succeed. You managed to grab onto him. Describe this. How do you get him here?
Like, I imagine he's like trying to, he's already swung at me once, I want to like try to grab him by that arm, like by the shoulder and the arm, and just try to get like maybe a grapple on his, clothes or something. Just kind of get control of him is what I want to try to do.
Okay.
So like wrist and shoulder.
All right. That's this is fine. You succeed. I mean, you do just that. Okay. You manage to land it. You've got a hold of him, but there's not really much else that you can do. You've already engaged in this.
Well, I do want to yell out.
Go for it.
As loud as I can. Don't kill him.
I'm killing him.
Okay.
Oh, we're killing.
Well, like, don't.
You've got a hold of the arm.
Him.
You have you said like the shoulder and the forearm, right?
I wasn't trying to. I says.
Now, do you kind of whip around him, or are you still placing yourself in front of him?
Yeah, I would hope to, like I said, like left hand grab his, left hand wrist, shoulder, and kind of like he should be like posted away from me,
Okay.
Like I don't want to get bit.
So then you kind of like grab arm and you're kind of positioning yourself back behind him slightly.
Yes.
Got it.
More to his like side. Yeah, kind of like his back, his
you got
side.
It. I understand completely.
Gotcha.
Torvin.
Also, I think it might be a little too late for that part.
Torvin.
As I'm walking outside, I go past our kit. I pick up my short bow. I grab my quiver and continue to walk outside. I'm drawing and pulling as ready as I can be. So I walk out.
Okay, you move. You grab your bow and quiver, and you basically draw your bow and quiver. So you'll be able to fire on the next round.
Certainly.
Got it. My turn. Rye, you've got a hold of him. You're trying to stop him from biting. He turns, and it looks almost as if he was attempting to see you, but there is this almost like ravenous yank, and when he does so, the vest, like the sleeve of which he had on, tears, and you hear this as the skin comes with it. You manage to de-sleeve the arm itself. You hear the snap and pop, and bits of what looks like phalange and muscle sort of tear away. He breaks away from your grip, and you're just holding this sleeve of a man. And he moves past you. He lunges forward and takes a swing on his daughter. She's to the ground. She cannot properly defend herself.
Oh, shit.
Where's Eli?
Eli's next.
I'm trying to walk. I've been trying to walk to you since I came outside.
Oh my god. Okay.
20.
She explodes.
No, she's just getting what she wanted.
That's just the attack. He has to do damage.
Fuck it, I tried. If you just want to hug your dead dad, go for it. Embrace.
I mean, he just wants to hug his very
Sometimes
living
you
daughter.
just gotta hug your dead family member.
Oh my god, it rolled off of 6.
Woo.
She
Lower
struck,
damage.
and it immediately
She
shreds
slapped.
through the upper part of her dress, revealing shoulder down the side, and you can see blood just start to just pool up over the missing spots. She lets out a gasp in fear.
Wait, she's bloodied.
She's bleeding.
Okay.
She's bleeding. Yeah, 6 damage is a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take 6 damage.
No, I don't think anybody here
That's
would
like
want
half
to.
my health.
No.
Just like slap me and then I'm like on the floor.
He is, in fact, laying on top of her, however. Eli, you witness this just as you're stepping up, getting into range. He lunges out, you hear the rip of the sleeve and the skin come off. You can smell the putrescence as it just seems to just vapidly removed from his person, just pungently stricken the area. And this is when he falls down with the arm, the fucking haymaker that comes down over the top of her.
Can't kill what's already dead, Rye. He's mindless. Somebody's playing a cruel joke on us. And then I'm gonna go smite that ass if I can.
Oh my
Smite
God.
that ass. I love it.
Go for it. You declare smite. Let's see what you got.
I've never used smite, so let's see. Is it on my spells? No.
It should be in your feats and abilities.
Feats and abilities.
Is there...
Is additional. Here we go. Boom.
Once per day,
Okay.
Paladin can call out the old powers of their good to aid them in the struggle against evil. As a swift action, you choose your target. You've done so. The first successful attack increases to 2 points of damage per level of the Paladin possesses. All right, my friend.
Use my hammer. Warhammer.
Go for it. Let's see that attack. Okay, so +4. +4. That's definitely going to hit.
Yes.
10 points of
Nice.
bludgeoning damage
I
with
like
a
that
smite.
you did exactly the same attack that he did.
That is impressive. Yeah, well done.
A 22 to hit and a 6 damage. It was exact. Well, a little more than 6 because you did smite.
So interestingly enough, Petros wasn't a very large man to begin with. His body is not in the greatest shape. He's more of a bag of bones than anything else. The skin tore, so when you struck your hammer down on top of him, that kinetic force went through. You hear Kendrick cry out. You're not sure what's hit, but she takes some of that damage.
Wait, what?
Tripp.
I might have smacked Kendra a little.
Yes.
It's fine. I'll heal her.
Tripp, you're not in the combat, but you can hear the sounds of combat outside. Do you
Collateral
hold
smite.
here?
And you can hear Oz shouting in the doorway.
Do I see anything happening immediately around me while this is taking place? No.
No, not from where you're currently at. I mean, if you glanced out the door, it looks like they are attempting to nerd circle him.
Okay. Kind of giving light to what happened the last time we left someone unattended at the barn. Tripp will. How does it work? Okay.
Play stupid games, get hit by stupid hammers.
Tripp will try to effectively go ghost form, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
He's gonna like pull his wraith tendrils out and just kind of stand above the captain.
To what degree? I'd like to know why. What's this for?
Because I don't know if there's more than one target. I can see them attacking someone, but the last time we got attacked by Sturges, someone else got attacked. So
Sure. Okay.
I can
got it.
see that they're handling something. My attention is going to be just to keep on guard in general.
All right, then give me a will save here. I want to see if you can actually will this forward. The last time you were absolutely provoked. This time, not as much. It's quite a bit more difficult this time. Do you want to use a luck reroll? Or do you want to hold it?
Yeah, that's
Okay. Let's see what you get.
You're rolling like me.
Yeah, man, it's not the same. Whatever the scenario happens to be, your life doesn't exactly feel threatened. You feel comfortable knowing that the capabilities of the party are strong enough that they should be able to protect, but right now, it's just not happening.
That's fine. Trying to muster that power. At the very least, if the guard captain has a weapon on him, I'll draw that and just take a defensive.
Okay. You got it. Oz, top of the initiative.
Well, I just heard Kendra get hurt. The only problem here
Twice.
is that Oz doesn't really have a lot that he can do. So he's going to kind of like probably regret this. Run over to Kendra, which I know puts him in range of this creepy ghost thing, and try to help her get away.
Okay.
He's just gonna be like, I don't know what's gotten into you, Professor Hill, but this is not how you treat your daughter. And he is gonna like try to help Kendra up and kind of like be between him and her.
I love the bizarro world approach that Oz has to everything. Like, hold on, this ain't normal.
And I think he's going to cast shield. Or can I do that as a reaction? No, it's a standard action.
I mean, standard, it's 3 seconds, right? You get a standard action and a move action. You move up. Are you trying to cast the spell first, or are you trying to help her first?
Probably cast it. Well, how long does it take me to cast one standard action? I think he's going to help her, and then he's going to cast the shield as like they're going to try to walk away.
Okay.
Because I know he's going to try to smack us.
He's going to try.
As we leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Yeah.
He's going to try. Does that hit your AC?
I have a +4, right? Because the shield. Oh no. Yeah.
Were you casting first and then moving, or were you moving and then casting?
Before we move away, I'm casting the shield.
Okay. This is you moved up, and this is in response. You're in melee range, so he's gonna get it in response to such. So you'll also have to succeed. This is the painful part. You have to succeed in not a constitution, but a concentration check. Give me a concentration check, and he successfully hit you. 1d6 plus 4.
18. Or, whoops, that's Constitution. Can't concentrate a different button?
Yes, it is. Your concentration check is on your spells, not spells page, but where you put in your spell slots. Oz. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate that.
I see, I found it. 10. My concentration is a 5.
Oh, that's not great. Your spell? Yikes. Okay. Take 7 points of damage and roll a d1000.
Oh god.
Also gonna blow up.
821.
I'm lucky that smite isn't a real spell.
Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, this is what happened. My man Jim's friend used his monthly to protect Oz from the first spell. Sloth Prime.
I wish I could use my monthly to do that too.
Sloth Prime wants me to use it at my discretion.
Coming around soon, so.
So I'm countering that. And then Lone Wolf says use this at your discretion. So spells cast 821. Let's see what happens. Whoa, okay, interesting. Not dangerous, but interesting. Thick fog. As per the spell, in the surrounding 30 feet
Why every
from the
time
center.
I cast a spell, weird shit has to happen?
Run ley lines, Maggie.
Aye.
For the 30 feet that surround you, a thick fog obscuring vision.
God.
Interesting. So,
Thank you.
That takes off 3 wild magics right there.
Oh. Weird.
Wait, 3.
Yes, because one of them wanted to protect Oz, one of them wanted me to use that at discretion, which cancels that out, and then another actually went in to affect the spell again. So that's 3 on the first spell.
Thank you for protecting Oz.
Okay, so a thick fog reigns over the combat field.
And puppy.
I inhale.
Now, bear in mind, he doesn't have her locked up in like a grapple, right? So you successfully get a hold of her. She's not up, but she shall be able to flee on her turn. Temerity.
Okay. Wait, she's not up?
No, Ryan knocked her ass over.
Yeah, she is
So
prone.
when I was trying to pick her up, I didn't get her up. Well, I guess I got
You're like
hit. So.
dragging her from underneath
Yeah, exactly.
this
You're
zombie.
dragging.
Okay. I see.
Right, you're muted. Maybe you're still
Never
muted.
mind. The moment's over.
Okay. Temerity, the moment that you have moved up to engage in melee, you saw Oz grab and then something happened upon a spell cast. Now fog has emitted and swallowed the area. It is a thick fog. Everything down is to melee.
I am going to pull a ribbon.
Oh,
Oh, got
ribbons.
him.
I forgot I gave those to you.
Oh!
Well done. Well done. And with the
That leaves
quickness.
us with what, one?
Taking one.
I think
yeah, we
one
have one
is
left. I feel like this was a good use of a ribbon.
Typhoid, they have a ton of luck rerolls left that they can get. Only 3 of them have been bought. 7 luck rerolls are left for the evening. Okay, you pull a ribbon. That is a free action. I'm not going to use that as a change for you. So what do?
Well, so does the fog dissipate as quickly as is it back to normal?
Yes, we're talking like a second's worth of fog dissipate to 30 and then immediately swallow back up.
All right. Well, then I am going to, and Petros is still like trying to go for awry.
Yeah.
Like,
or not awry, is
style?
raking at his daughter.
Oh, that's right. Oh, then I am gonna go and either side tackle him.
Okay, all right.
Or get him from the back and wrap my arms around his waist and sit.
Oh, damn. Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna
Roller
suplex
derby.
his ass, but all right, this is interesting. Okay, give me a CMB. He's gonna be denied his dex in his combat maneuver defense because he is grounded. You're gonna beat it easily enough. You beat his defense. So
smells so bad.
you basically have rustled over, grabbed at the waist, and just kind of sat down on him to hold him in spot. Rye.
Oh, so she actually is able to grab him?
Yeah, moves up behind and grabs onto him.
Oh.
So I just
interesting,
saw,
but his attack
like-
didn't go.
He
I
doesn't
just
get.
saw-
He only gets, because he doesn't have like the feats for it. He only gets 1 attack, and basically an attack of opportunity in a round. So his single attack of opportunity went on you there. Unless-
Me.
Yes, when you cast the spell.
Yeah. Oh no, I was saying when Eli cast his smite, it went through him and into what's her face?
Yeah, it wasn't even the spell-like ability. It was the kinetic force. I can give you the details after the combat. It's more unfortunate. So
That was
Ryan.
all Petros.
So okay, so I'm just like standing there holding like the like leavings of his arm.
Yes.
Like a fucking psychopath, like just standing there.
Yeah, there's that.
I put
Take a
I
bite
put
out
it
of it
on
like
my
it's a
own
chicken leg.
arm.
Oh,
Puts
nasty.
the Petros on its
The
skin.
skin.
Yeah. Okay, I don't do any of that. I do not hold on to that dead skin arm.
That's jerky for later, all right?
Oh, no, not
God.
like this.
Old man jerky.
Ronald,
Oh,
get
that
up.
little dog. He drops it, and that dog comes over and
Hap?
takes it.
No.
Yeah,
Hap.
Yeah.
takes it.
We can go to
Ready for
Olive
Maxie,
Garden
leave it
since
alone.
we already got a bunch of dip.
No, I'll let Zokar know it's here after this.
Oh,
God. Okay, so and then like I just see like Oz like fart basically. Okay, so all this stuff, it's gone now. What am I seeing right now? Because Kendra's on the ground, Temerity's like back hugging him. Is like Temerity's back towards me?
Yeah, Temerity is more or less gone into like a crouch over his back and has got him by like the waist and is holding him in spot. You can see that Oz is sort of pulling Kendra away from this, and at this point, I think that we see Eli sort of coming back up with his hammer after the smited swing.
How's Petros looking?
Well, it's still super dead.
Okay, he doesn't look any worse for wear there. I'm going to run up and just punch Petros in the face. I'm just gonna punch it. I'm gonna punch him like one of those like armless exercise
Oh my God.
body guys, like the muscle guys.
Thank
I'm
goodness.
just gonna, because his arms are pinned right. I can't even defend himself. I'm just gonna
You're gonna show you
run
can.
up and just
Okay, all right, I got you.
I thought you were
absolutely
gonna
clock
kick.
him.
I thought you were gonna kick his head like a football.
Like off
Well,
his
if
body.
you had got him down, I was definitely gonna kick him, but you have him like up. So this is like a game. This is like it's like a high school fight. Like you're behind him.
Yeah,
it's
we're just like
punching him in
bullying.
the fucking
We're
face.
bullying our
Yeah,
professor.
we're bullying.
Typical party,
Bullying
beating up an
the
old man.
zombie, right?
All right, so
Just beating up the
yeah.
geriatric.
Yeah, I run up and just give him the old what for.
Make that attack. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. And I know how to do that 100%. Whoa, what was that?
14 and 8 max damage. Wait, what? You roll a d20 for your damage? Oh no.
Shouldn't be. No, that's not accurate.
No,
it rolled a
it's
d20.
a 1d4 plus 4. So
Right.
I rolled a 4.
Yeah, it's just the dice that showed up on roll 20 were 2 d20s for me. It's weird.
Right, that's
I think one of them's
close.
for confirmation crit.
That's not going to hit. Would you like to use a luck roll?
Wait. Oh, okay, hold on a second. Even though he's like pinned, he doesn't
Oh,
get
good
any
point.
kind of
Yeah,
negatives?
actually, yeah, good point. He is in fact he's pinned.
Crit.
You're gonna hit him. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That is a ton of damage. You're gonna kill him. I'm gonna give this scene to you. What does this look like?
Dude, I run up looking frantic and like still a little grossed out from having that arm, and I'm gonna like see Kendra get hit. I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna look frantic. I'm just gonna see that, you know, he's held, and I'm just gonna punch him. And when I go to punch him, it's like, it's almost reactionary, you know, because things are like heating up. But like I'm almost surprised at my own strength as I literally just crash through his nose and out the back, almost hitting Temerity. Like his head just basically explodes. Like it gives way in a way that like I wasn't expecting. I'm almost surprised.
Oh Lord, that is brutal.
Yeah.
I lift my shield to protect the bits from hitting me.
Easy peasy.
And I think when you punch him and he dies, Oz like is holding on to Kendra and trying to like drag her and is like, I thought you said we were gonna try not to kill him.
Like a fucking Gallagher concert.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was basic. My hand was the mallet. Okay.
I
That was
just
before
realized,
he gouged Kendra.
I just realized
Kendra?
if you punched him through the back going forward, you could have just went like this. Like when you go through, you're like, I am Professor Laura. And then pull your hand out.
Yeah. I would have if his jaw was working properly, but it was broken.
My daughter, I am okay now.
I'm a necromancer.
Good Lord. You succeed.
I'm well respected.
Temerity, it's got to be a very bizarre scene as you're kind of like clutching onto him, holding him to the ground, but still like sitting on his back. When you feel something. The best that I can describe this, to be honest, is like flecks of moisture, of like meat, hit your person, like in the face and in the neck. And as you blink, you glance back and you can see the fist of Rye as it pulls right out of the face, and you realize that mashed potato-esque feeling that's just struck your face is, well, it's the bits of a fallen comrade.
So, is it inappropriate to be slightly turned on?
No.
So,
Was it the mashed potatoes?
I'm not gonna, first of all, I'm not gonna be phased, right? This is what I do.
Sure.
I can't think this is the first time I've had zombie brains like scattered all over my face. And when I see the fist, it's clear that he's dead, and I will resist not saying something through the hole in the head. But barely, like I'm gonna stop and look at him as the fist goes out, and if it doesn't like fill back in, I'd probably like squint a little bit and just be like, okay, that worked.
And then I wink at her through the hole.
Okay, I'll
winking.
I'll like scrape the goo off my face and like whip it to the ground and return the wink.
I'm disgusted.
Like, this is how I
Such a
flirt.
badass.
I'm absolutely disgusted.
Tits
that's
McGee,
how I met your
not
mother.
wrong.
It's like disgusting, but also I like
Wow.
it.
There's like a
Rye
blue
is
Frentorin on the wall
with
and
the feelings
everything.
he's feeling right now.
This is in fact taking a turn. You're not wrong, Chad. So,
But is it though? Have you
It
met
hasn't
Rye?
really turned.
have I met Rye? Yeah, I have. I have
the
in fact.
same train we've been on.
When did you fall in love with him? When he punched a hole through a man, straight through. And that's when I knew he was the one.
We
Needless-
looked at it was like what is it, like Romeo and Juliet?
We
Like the
even
new one, like they see each other through the fish tank, you know?
we even matched today. So I mean,
Needless to say, Kendra is absolutely appalled and crying in pain and confusion.
Oz will comfort her.
She's never seen love
He
like
offers
me.
her
Yeah,
a
that's
pair
it.
of.
That's why
offers
she's
her-
so upset.
Yeah, that's why
He
she's
offers her a
upset.
pair of little booties.
Little booties, okay.
Pecker booties to like wipe her tears away.
She instinctively tries to like reach up and grab at the shoulder, you can see like blood is still pouring out of her. That the slam that she took from Petros was, it's vicious. It's tore through the skin. You can see like blood coming out. It's external. You see a lot of, honestly, you can see the muscle through the wound itself. Additionally, something happened right over her like chest area, and there are these small stabs that seem to be punctured through her upper abdomen, and they're sort of in a row.
Weird. Like in a row, as in like it looks like it spells something, or
Nope.
just
Sort of looks like something sharp, and roughly I would say the size of like a pinky and then an index and so forth, just sort of like pierced up her body.
Just like,
No, like literal pierce, not a slash.
Oh, gross. Oz
Is
will be
combat done?
comforting her,
Combat
and
is
he's
finished,
like,
yes.
"You're gonna be perfectly all right. It's fine." And he's like handing her like a little booty from Pecker's bucket, and then he looks over and he's like, he like looks over at the others, and he's like, "A little help here," because he doesn't heal. He's not a healer.
Eli, you realize after Oz says this that glancing down at the wounds, in accordance to where you struck that hammer down, you brought the smite, and it was mighty, right? Without fail, you know that it did some lasting damage. You weren't expecting, however,
we need to give her one of our potions.
You weren't expecting for the ribs to pierce her body. Those marks on her upper torso coincide with what looks like ribs that seem to have pierced through her upon your strike.
I already know. As soon as you described it, I already knew.
You got lay on hands, right?
It's not gonna. We need a potion. We're gonna
But
have
lay on
potions.
hands is like,
It's gonna heal damage, but it's not gonna sew her up and like.
Potion's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna do the exact same thing as your lay on hands. Bear in mind, just like an out of game mechanic, right? Lay on hands refreshes once a day. Potions, they don't refresh. You gotta pay for them.
Yeah, I would use the lay on hands.
I mean, I absolutely will do that first.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to be enough. I'll do what I can, but I think she's going to need a potion or proper care. Maybe Torvin can help her. He knows about this kind of these wounds, maybe. And I'll do lay on hands.
Okay.
Can you not kill her, please?
I'm not
while
trying
I'm healing
to.
her?
I'm not trying.
while I'm actually watching Eli use his lay on hands.
Oh, come on.
He rolled a 1d6 and you
I'm
rolled a
re-rolling that.
Okay.
He's so dejected.
You heal 1.
Okay. You know what?
Wait a minute.
It's
No, hold on,
am I
that's-
doing that right?
points per 2 paladin.
Roll.
level.
No, that's not rolling right. You have it somehow. It's keyed in there as rolling
Oh.
1 space
You're-
d6.
Yeah, it's 1d6.
How do
not
I-
1 space d6.
Roll 1d6. Oh, okay. I'm doing it wrong. Okay, 2. There you go.
You know what?
then-
That's better,
Reroll.
man.
It's double.
That's
You
better.
gotta roll.
If you want
I'm
to,
gonna use my roll on that.
yeah, no,
since
that's
I rolled it
fine.
wrong.
I'm okay with that.
You could roll a 1 though.
He could roll a 6.
Crap. That's
Holy
that-
shit!
Yeah, that's my bad.
So many.
Fully healed.
My
He's
bad.
like, oh,
I
you
typed
think I'm
that in
gonna
wrong.
roll a 1? Here's 1d.
There we
5.
go.
That is significant.
11.
5 is better than 2.
While Rye is watching Eli
I
do
resurrect
this,
her and her father.
That was so weird. I was like, whoa, what just happened?
Rye's gonna look over at Torvin, and he's gonna say, "If we hurry and head to the graveyard now, we might be able to track
Perceptions,
whoever
everyone.
dug him up."
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Temerity with 17. Temerity with 20.
Oh, I'm back on my foregrind.
Torvin with the
Nice.
24.
Torvin.
Dang.
Eli, Temerity, Oz, Tripp. Do you have a roll? I'll even give it to you here.
For life.
Appreciate all the follows, guys. Very kind of you. Not excellent. So Tripp and Rye are not going to hear this. Torvin, Eli, Temerity, Oz. You 4 will. It's sort of packing everything up at this point, right? You're helping Kendra. You can hear her moans of pain, but what you're starting to hear additionally is screams from within inside of Ravengrow. From the other end of town, another scream. At the opposite, by the Ravengrow town hall, you hear a man scream out in pain. It is now that there is what sounds like 3 or 4 more. There are more screams coming from the town.
I don't like that. Y'all hear that, right?
Yeah, as Rye was saying and trying to start that up, I hear that and just yell. Well, yeah, actually, I yell, "We've got more!"
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, Rye
I start looking up and I just kind of scan the horizon, look around to all directions.
I'm gonna stand up, and as Torvin says that, I will react fairly appropriately with the shouting. It's all directions, right?
Yes.
We have to do something we can't, and I'm gonna. Oh God! Don't split the party! Don't split the party.
This is
I'm
fine.
gonna have to. This is fine. I'm gonna have to start running towards the closest scream.
Loudest place going there.
And if I see Torvin running towards like a particular sound, like out of the corner of my eye, I'll veer to go at least with him rather than go alone.
Tripp, you don't hear anything, but your body responds in a way that you are not prepared for. You try to continue calling forth these shadow tendrils when you feel the utter stop, almost like something is boxing off your person and closing in around you. When you feel the eviction, you are forced from the vessel that is the boy, and as you are evicted from him, you see him immediately peer around the room, drop the man's head, and he says, "Dad? No," and he bolts out the door.
Oh shit.
Peverin, immediately, you guys hear him, he beats feet, he jumps off of the Lorimore patio and starts running as fast as he can into the center of town.
Shit, I've got to get her stabilized before I can go anywhere.
Rye's gonna follow Temerity and Torvin.
Are we just gonna let him go? As Oz is like seeing them all moving one way and Peverin just running.
As I run by Oz, I just sort of like shrug at him, like I don't know
Oz
what to
shrugs
do.
back
Peverin
and
is
looks
fast. He is very, very fast, even fast for kid standards. So you guys are just not catching him. I mean, you can move up to where he is, but when you finally like round the corner, for those of you that are moving to the closest sound, the sight that you see is his father. He's between the door of his tavern, and he's crouched down with his arms. You see these tear marks, these like ligature marks across his arms as he's like defending himself. And there's a skeletal figure wearing garb akin to a diadem that you happen to have, Rye.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I anoint him as a king.
Can we, Jesus? Can we roll for initiative? Because I'm gonna have my crossbow already out, ready to hit from afar.
You got it.
I was gonna say, seeing that he was already bolting, for 2 reasons, I'm gonna follow him. One, I don't know if I can possess another body, and I'm not gonna try to possess an injured person. 2, if he gets possessed by someone else, I want to at least be around to push those spirits away. So like, pretty much like little Deathly Hollows.
I got you.
Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
You just see him like shoot over, and he's like, I don't know if I can enter his body again, but like I'm pretty much like, you just see like this like black like cloud circling him. Like if there's any ghosts going nearby, he's like pushing him away.
Tripp, we've been doing this all wrong. All right, you need to enter me, and you need to make Rye go like Super Saiyan with like Wraith power. Okay. and we need to like tackle some crazy shit together. That's what we need to do.
We just met, so I just entering you like that is like.
Hey, it was consensual.
So are you
He gave
okay?
consent.
Jealous.
I'm not gonna delve into this.
Dinner first, maybe. You know.
Oh, now
So
you're being
willing
selective.
to
Initiative, guys. Go ahead and give me initiative.
All
Am
of us
am
are
I
just-
am I
included
stuck
in
with
this or no?
Kendra? Or
Yeah, it looks like it.
can I stabilize her and like?
You can
beat
try.
her? Like,
Of course, you can try.
Okay.
At least my initiative rolls aren't absolute
17.
god shit.
Tuck her under the peach tree to rest. Eat some magic peaches, Kendra.
You just smear a peach into her face.
Bring her into
You're
the
like,
house, I
Be
think.
better, be better.
What in a wound? Like,
Just
yeah.
squeeze it
Yeah,
over.
you just squeeze.
Oh my God. I'm
It
sure
turns
this
into
will
an
help.
awkward
It's magic.
sex scene.
She's like, it stings. Ah!
That
I
means
learned
it's
this from the
working.
dwarves.
Anthony.
That means it's working.
I
Oh,
learned
fuck.
this in the Goblin Genocide.
Eli, what are you doing here? What's
I
your,
would
are
like
you
to
using
attempt
your
to
initiative?
stabilize her before I leave.
Okay, so you do want to leave.
I would like to leave because greater good is like stopping more people from dying
Sure.
than just one person.
I got you. Go ahead and give me an
But
initiative.
I would like to not abandon her either. So I would like to try to stabilize her to the
Yeah.
best of my knowledge.
Sure, I got you. She's kind of
Okay.
important to the story, so that totally makes
Sure.
sense.
Move her along.
I don't want to, yeah, but yeah, it's
As soon as she casts one of her,
Put her in the house and be
Famous
like,
whole
don't let anyone
persons.
in the house.
it's saying it's you wanted to send the result, but no valid token was selected.
Like
I got it.
purge.
You got a 16. It's fine.
Can we-
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah, I
get
got
like
a
a purge noise going or something in the background?
Oh my god.
I feel like that's what this is. Like
I really
zombie
wanna-
purge.
I want
Does-
to crunch some skelly bones.
All right, let's go with this. Dark Continent. I'm feeling it. This seems to be fairly effective here. You moved in. You've heard the screams of the father. In initiative, we have first, looks like Torvin. What does Torvin do here?
I am moving towards target. I am trying to find the cause of ruckus.
Okay.
If I see target, I fire.
You were all running, and admittedly, you will probably arrive to the scene a little later than everybody else. Not by much, to be honest. It's not that far. But you've already had a weapon drawn. You were holding it in preparation to fire in the last round of combat. Still haven't quite left from this. It's at this point that as you round, you can see there's a man. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Nobody knows the name of the man?
Zarkov.
Yeah, Zarkov.
Zokar?
Zokar.
Zokar.
There we go.
Zokar. Sorry. Zarkov.
Zokar.
Zokar.
Tarkov.
That's as close as you get with me, all right?
You know
At
what,
least I
that's-
moved away from Karen and
you-
Petey.
Yep.
You
And
just gotta
like,
remember him the way I remember him, which is terrible.
So-
I still think we should have renamed Kendra to Karen.
dude,
I was
But
all
only
for
if we
it.
gave her a haircut.
well, that's what I
Yeah.
did in the session
And she
that I
gets a
ran
haircut.
before. That's what I called her, right, Karen?
Yeah.
You kept calling
Is
her
that-
Karen,
yeah.
yeah.
See, but then if
Yeah.
that happened, there would be like like an immediate detachment. She gets attacked, and we're like, clearly she deserved this. Look at her attitude.
No. Zokar. Zokar is
No
in
one
fact getting
messes with
attacked.
the Zokar.
No, different movie.
What do you do when you see Zokar being attacked?
As soon as I get my turn, I'll tell you.
I just want to make sure that I don't hit him, like if I got a clean shot, but otherwise I'm taking the shot.
Okay, if you want to steady your shot, it will come at a -4 for you to hit. Next level, you'll get the feat that doesn't actually subtract from your rolls, which is kind of awesome.
I'm just going to breathe out and fire. I'm just going to shoot.
Go for it. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see if it's gonna hit. It isn't going to hit.
16.
It isn't going to hit. It's close.
Now, just for my own edification, Pathfinder, do skeletons have like a piercing damage resistance?
They They have some undead traits, yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, you can't be stupid.
They do have some undead traits that will nullify lots of damage.
Okay.
Temerity. You, as someone who hunts the undead, know that bows are not the best for hunting skeletons.
I'm gonna cast True Strike.
Wonderful.
And I already know the number for your wild magic that you're gonna make me pull, so just, you know.
Go ahead and roll that, please. 4?
This is the problem.
4.
Every time Temerity or Oz does anything, just chaos ensues.
Dude, it's like Harry Potter going for a Patronus.
I've only had
coming
one
out with
successful cast, and it was because of wild magic.
Let's see, someone might have actually... Nope. No, okay, perfect. All right, so 4. Oh my god, no.
Should I reroll?
Yes. You should fucking reroll.
No.
Oh my god, no. Or don't.
What?
Or don't. You know what? You're a grown-ass adult. Do what you want to do.
44, because I have played this fucking game before.
Oh, okay.
I kept mine. I lived.
Oh
with
no!
my
Last time
fate.
it was the darkest timeline, and Bub knows I cannot relive that. So if
I
he
live
made
with my
that face,
fate.
it was very similar. So that's one of my rerolls.
Temerity and Rye are falling for each other, so this can't be the darkest timeline. Oh, or does that make it the darkest timeline?
Makes it the darkest timeline. As much as we know about you, yeah.
What?
Wow, how do you do this?
I'm a good guy.
Oh shit! Is it worse?
I'm a good guy. Says the
Is
one
it-
person who's the evil out of everyone.
Is it
here.
worse?
You have clearly been taking some spell tutelage from a particular wizard in the middle of town who specializes in evocation. You could reroll, but it's your call, man. None of them are good so far.
Something tells me you're gonna cast
Again?
a fireball, and we're gonna watch our favorite bartender.
You
go
still
up
have
in
2
a-
more rerolls, right?
I'm gonna do 444.
You're just
So-
calling 444. All right, let's scroll to it.
I mean, you just 4,400. Yeah, you didn't hear the other 400. I tried to say that originally, so that's what the mistake was.
Oh, is that the joke you're trying to?
I liked yours better though.
Oh, okay, gotcha. What was I about to say? Oh, and to answer you, Maggie, I might be a bad guy, but I'm not a bad guy.
You can't catch a break.
I can be bad guy, but this doesn't make me bad guy.
Yeah, Zangief had it right.
You cannot catch a break. You know what? I'm gonna let you choose here,
look,
okay?
Oz loves you, so
Oh, no.
you're
get
cool in his book.
444 or 444. None of them are good, Misty.
Well, for who?
Roll a d6.
Exactly what I'm gonna
Because
do.
for the skeleton, it might be good. She's about to get her die. She's about to get real. She's about to get real.
We're doing this real.
Yeah.
Fucking
She's getting serious
All right.
now.
big red die, big purple die.
Oh man.
4.
Second.
Misty,
I think that's the worst one.
roll
No.
roll 5d6.
What if I just say no?
Oh my gosh, is this a fireball?
It's a fireball.
bro.
I knew it! I knew it was a fireball! I knew it was a fireball! Oh my god.
Oh no.
I guess we're gonna
I
find out how
pre-watched
flammable,
this episode.
alcohol is in the place.
Will you let us know what the other 2 were though before you hit the fireball?
Yes. Yes, 44 was
man.
lightning bolt.
At least
My
that's more
favorite
accurate.
spells!
That's more accurate than
And-
fireball.
444
This is like
is
Skiff. Skiff has graced us today, Cobalt.
444 is that
Peeking in.
you suddenly grow gills and you can no longer breathe air. You must find water within the next 30 seconds or you start
That's
to suffocate.
funny.
You would have
You could have been
died.
a fishbowl person.
With a tail.
My dream is to be a fishbowl person.
And this is and hold on a
Would
second.
have pulled
I
that
want
fucking
to
ribbon.
have a carriage and I want to be like a mer person and people just like take me
murder.
Oh my God.
like a royal mer person.
I
And then,
believe
like,
that's
I'm in
a-
a giant like bottle, or I don't know, or something like that. Like
Aquarium?
carriage.
I
Like
see that
like
as
a water carriage.
reality. I see that as a reality for Oz.
Yeah.
That's a possible future.
Question, Bob.
Yes.
I didn't cast Disrupt Undead like I was originally going to.
Correct.
I cast True Strike, which casts on myself.
Correct. Here's the tricky wording about this. Fireball. It hits a random person within your field of view.
Please don't hit me.
The only
So-
people I
Take
can
it.
see are pretty
I'll
much.
take it.
HP.
Rye's
Zokar
ready
die.
for this.
It's
He's
Zokar
trained his
skeleton,
body
right?
for fire.
It's your allies. It's
Can
not.
I see everyone in
Oh,
front of me? Because I was
no.
running. I was
There's
running.
enemies.
It's fucking. There's Pevrin and Zokar. I knew Zokar, but I didn't think Pevrin.
Oh,
my
no.
god. It's so Wyld, Ello, Oz, yourself, Pevrin, Zokar, and
the two
Zokar's
baddies.
dead wife.
I thought there was
So-
two. It's just Sokar's dead wife.
Roll a d7. 1d7. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna write this down.
Is
I'm
no
glad I stayed behind.
is no an acceptable
Rye
answer?
is ready for this pain.
Letting you guys know,
Oz
I
is
have
about to get
He
exploded.
is ready
have
for this
6
fireball.
Don't tell me, not yet.
I have
Okay.
6 HP.
I give it to me.
Left?
Yes, I have 6 HP.
Wait, this will kill me probably, or you for sure.
It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
kill,
Will kill
almost.
me. One
It's gonna
hundo.
kill half the people.
1 hundo.
If it hits Zokar, we're gonna lose the laughing demon too. I'm just saying, it's gonna burn down.
Our
So,
wolves!
yeah.
Don't you put
I mean,
that
no one to
evil
cook
on
them,
us.
but
Yeah, Ricky, maybe it'll rain.
Help me, Tom Cruise!
Help me, Tom Cruise.
You wanted to burn the
Oprah
town down. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's an AOE, so I mean, it's
It's an
gonna hit more
AOE.
than one
It's gonna hit
person.
more than one target
Yeah,
because you guys are running as a
yeah.
group. So you're either gonna hit
Yeah.
that group or you're gonna hit your group.
Or
So-
Pepperin all alone on his lonesome because he's running around like 11-year-old Kenyan.
Please do me the solid right now, okay? I haven't looked. Misty, please tell me you didn't roll a 1.
I'm gonna re-roll.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If it's Pevrin, he ain't us.
How do I?
If it's Pevrin, I'm sorry. When it comes down to it, Pevrin needs to take a
No,
fireball.
I do have re-rolls because there were 2 tonight and 1 last week. I
Listen,
used 2 tonight.
I'm not saying
I
you
got
don't
one
have
more
them.
left.
I'm not saying. Oh, I'm not saying you don't have. I'm
No,
saying.
Tits McGee's coming for me in chat. He's like, she has no re-rolls. Oh, Christy too. I got 1. I can.
You're saying that
Oh
she's
god.
cheating.
Okay. All right.
Oh, they're calling her out. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
shut up. We're
I
doing
got
stuff.
Go ahead.
Stop,
Go ahead.
stop, okay?
Reroll it.
Don't re-roll it.
you won't.
If you want to.
Do it.
Time?
You know
Hold on a
what?
second.
If
No,
the
wait.
DM
Ello.
says don't
You
roll
do
something,
you.
that's
you do
what we want to
you
roll.
and your
Ello,
heart says.
Ello.
Yeah, no,
Even
you're
or,
no,
even or
Don't
odd.
let him to bully you.
no. Maggie's right. I am
I know.
overstepping. This is your choice.
But now you did it, even or odd.
Even.
Okay. Shit, I didn't really figure out what it is. We're gonna stay with 1.
You know what? Fuck you! I'm using my last luck reroll to force you to reroll. I don't want Pevrin to die.
Well, this isn't
Well,
about
I know
you,
Pepper's
Bud.
Hold on a
one.
second. Hold on a
This is
second.
about
There's a chance
Rye's
you could roll
perfect
one
body
again.
not taking a fireball.
So, okay, hold on. You're gonna make me re-roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh! Why? Pevrin!
Why?
Boom! And
Rips.
remember, I already had another fucking re-roll.
Oh my god!
She just not only did she throw a fireball at Pevrin, she got the DM to use one of his luck rerolls.
Yeah.
What a play!
To
An
then
amazing
do it.
play out of left field.
Wow.
Listen,
Look at me. We're like cheering on the fact with the fucking
I'm
11-year-old.
not cheering this on, but I
I'm
am
not cheering on that the 11-year-old's getting hit
I
with a
know,
fireball. I'm
same.
cheering on that I'm not getting hit by a fireball. And,
No.
and my friends aren't. And, you know, like, then we don't have Tripp running around with us trying to kill children,
They just
too.
gave you another
I'm gonna
reroll though,
use
so
it.
he does.
No!
Yeah, he
That's
just got
not-
I've got
another.
another
That can
reroll.
happen-
Okay.
That can happen retroactively?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
my
now we
God.
got
Okay.
7.
All right.
Hold on. I'm
That-
using my reroll.
That
What?
Turnabout, fair play.
Karma! Oh my
You're
gosh,
right, turnabout's fair
karma!
play.
Yes!
That was karma.
It's meant to be.
It is.
There
It
you
is.
go.
Wow.
It is still a very sad scenario, regardless, because instead of hitting Pevrin,
It's me, bro. It's me.
no, here.
Dad.
It's his dad, isn't it?
Well, his dad and his
is-
mom.
I can't-
Oh
you gotta-
no!
the other way.
Is it his? Oh, it's
Me?
his
Wife
mom.
wife.
and
Oh.
it's yeah.
You hit.
which means it's gonna AOE on.
That's
You
a
hit-
solid target.
You hit Pevrin's father and Pevrin's mother.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
typically
Can
get-
tank it.
You get a save generally if you are not prone, and my man's Zokar is prone.
People made a good point. You didn't have Pecker on that list.
Yeah, now
Um,
I gotta re-roll. It's 8.
Yeah, no, Peck isn't you know what? You guys squeak out 100 patrons, and I already said he's targetable for just about anything. You haven't got there yet, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh.
So
Gotcha.
That's fair.
he has been hit, and they're, well, Misty, I honestly, you tell me how your character responds when you, incidentally, instead of firing out a true strike, a fireball erupts from your clenched fist and hits the laughing demon in the front door.
So, I need to understand what the damage is. Do I roll for it, or
It's
like?
16,
It's 16. You already rolled it.
and everything in radius catches on fire.
Oh, I did.
That's
Okay, it's
flammable.
16. Okay. Okay. So
That
what
is-
does that do to? So he's on the ground, and it hits the wife.
Yes, it does.
So, how much has hit the building, and how much has hit Zokar?
So fireball is sort of like a splashy grenade. So, and she's just a skeleton at this point. It's
Or
going,
was.
yes. Now she is, incidentally, probably the foot of a chair at this point. She's mostly destroyed. When the fireball connects, there is a flash, an explosion in the front of a building, immediately catching fire. The thatch roof starts to burn very, very quickly. You no longer hear the cries of Zokar. The skeleton no longer remains, but there is some sort of husk or body where the door had been blown open.
Better run in there, Rye.
Rye is like, when he's like running up, we're all running, and all of a sudden he just sees Imperial just Hadouken the most insane fireball out of her fist. And he just stops and watches this fireball just connect. And
Yeah.
I'm like, eyes like looking over at Temerity, because I had no idea she just lobbed fireballs at will. Like,
Isn't there a book we needed in there?
dude, there's a person we needed in there. Anyways,
Well, he
I
gone.
look back and I see the aftermath, and I'm like dumbfounded, but I run over. Do I hear any other screaming as I run over to see if Zokar is okay?
When you move over to see if Zokar is okay, you are most certain that he is not. Homie is not making it back to the sequel. He is dead. D-E-D, dead. But what you do happen to see as you pass by, Pevrin unconscious. The explosion blew him backwards, and he's just lying on the ground.
Tell him.
Somebody wants blood.
I stomp. No. Does he look okay?
Oh, I said don't tell him. I didn't say kill him.
Oh, I just said kill him. I was like, oh, my
he
god.
said
No.
kill him. That's
No.
what I was
I
like.
thought
I
you said kill him,
stomp.
too. I
Yeah,
thought you said
we all
kill
thought
him.
you said kill
No,
him.
I just said don't tell him.
So
Oh,
I
I
kill
get it.
him with a stomp.
Oh my god. You guys might actually be the baddies.
I am evil.
It's only a point of view.
Yeah, exactly. It's perspective. Okay, so
We're still technically in initiative, and after Temerity, it was Oz.
okay, so we're okay.
Yeah, we are
All right.
still in initiative at this
Okay,
point.
and the wifey is still alive,
No. No.
Okay.
She disappeared video game style. There's
but
like
we're in
bones.
combat still.
Well, yes, people are still screaming and the building is burning.
Okay, Oz looks around. Is there anything that he could use for water? Is there like
Yeah,
water
and I
here?
hate to say it.
Cast water.
No, your chicken's sitting on something that immediately summons a rainstorm.
Yeah. Oz sets the bucket down, picks up Pecker, puts Pecker down on the ground and is like, well, kind of glad I grabbed this. Hopefully no one gets mad. And Oz pulls out from underneath a pair of Pecker's old pants, pantaloons, an orb with a little storm in it. He's gonna try to use it.
This is fine.
How are you glad that I stole the thing now? Maybe?
Oh yeah.
I was always
glad you stole it.
Yeah.
I wanted to sell it.
I wanted to sell it.
Tried to
Wait, what's my line again? Hold on.
summon some water.
I didn't forget.
So you're not entirely sure how this works.
Okay.
All you're sure is that you were told to be very, very careful. His glass, you can probably venture here to figure out a guess what might happen or how to activate it.
Like to chuck it.
Go for it. Give me a throw. I just want to see for accuracy's sakes. Give me a throw.
Oz does not throw well.
This is
I think what
perfect.
Oz does is Oz goes over to Rye and hands him this. And
birthday!
And he's like, just throw it over there.
I think I've seen this movie.
Probably will make a fire, a water storm.
I like look down at this thing and I like look back at Oz, and I am just like I don't even what would Rye say right now? What's the closest Rye comes to like praise and adoration? You did good. You did good.
Aww.
You did good, kid.
You did
I think
good.
that's the first time Oz has ever heard that from like
Literally anyone.
his like
That-
ear to
that'll do,
ear,
Oz.
his giant creepy grin with like creepy teeth. Just
While
Up here.
everything is burning around them, and their friend just died, and Kendra's bleeding out on the ground. You did good, Oz.
Yeah, because Oz stole something, and Rye loves that. Okay, and Rye knows that Oz probably stole it because he was curious about it. Rye
All right.
wanted to steal it. He's just not great at stealing.
well, Oz actually did get it for Rye, but this is one way he can give it to Rye.
He feels that. He feels that. Okay, it's my turn,
like-
right?
Not yet,
Initiative
not
wise?
yet.
Yeah.
No?
Close,
No?
close.
Okay.
Not yet.
Oz passes this orb over. The storm orb and storm bubble is yours. Tripp, it is your turn.
You don't want me to throw it.
I eat it.
It would be really
I
bad.
eat the orb.
I mean, if there's no one else being attacked right now, right?
Yes, likely in the town. Do you want
There's
my
a
honest
fire.
answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, out of game, sure. There are people being attacked.
No, but I'm talking about like in our immediate like vicinity. Like,
No, it's actually quite hard to see, and, depending on where you are located, but, Peverin probably is in the most trouble at this point. The fire is starting to spread. In the center of town, they use hay to coat the ground. And, well, it's not rain in a couple of days, so
It's dry.
it's rather dry, and he's laying in hay. And a fire is beginning to spread.
all right. I mean, then it would just be repossessing them then, if I can.
Yeah, you can. The moment that you like sidle into his body, right, that's gonna be like a standard action at this point. So you push yourself into him and you kind of like blink in his state, and naturally the body gasps. You realize that all the air was sort of like evacuated from his lungs. So it takes a moment. Give me a con save if you can, please. Just go plus 2, so d20 plus 2. Because it's based off of his rolls. You're looking at the human body. Okay, that's not terrible. You're able to stomach this depth of swallow, and you can get some air in. Though it's hard at first. If you've ever had this kind of happen, where it's like it just blows back and pushes the air out of your lungs, you stomach getting forward, standing up, and trying to move. It's hard, but that's your round is standing up, possessing and standing. Next in initiative is Eli.
Well, at least Pepperin won't go running towards his dad into the fire.
Do I have to try to stabilize Kendra still, or is she good?
Yeah, you'll need to stabilize her. She, even with the lay on hands, she's still taken, it was 6 damage, then she took 2 more, so 8, and you've healed for 2. So she's at 6 and she's still bleeding out. She needs something to mend her wounds, or at least something to stop the bleeding. Preventative maintenance, you know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, I'll try to keep my shit together and stitch her up like I've done several times already to other people.
Give me a heal check, please.
Okay.
Peaches.
Damn.
That's really, really good. You break out, your kit here. You've used this before. It's a little bit of fishing lines into the hooks, and you start kind of stitching the skin back together. It's not something you're particularly skilled at, but it's not something you're, at this point, out of your wheelhouse. So as you begin to sort of piece this together slowly enough so that it's not going to cause any lasting damage here, you notice that there is some sort of just remnant of what looks like hunks of flesh. That's not hers in the wounds.
Take that out of there.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta get those. I'll try to get those out. I'll try to clean it up as best as I can, and I've got some water still.
It's really lucky that you rolled above an 18, because 16 would have succeeded. 18 was enough to realize you can irrigate. It's going to take you into your next turn to properly irrigate and stitch this up.
I don't even want to see the fireball right now, man. I just want to think this is my biggest problem right now.
Sure.
Well, all you hear is like a big boom, right?
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, I can't believe I just called that.
Those silly kids.
She stabilizes.
Oh, praise.
So she's not going to bleed out anymore. You do need to continue like the irrigation, the cleaning process, but courtesy of this, she's basically clotting up. Rye, it is your turn.
The ball. The ball's in your court.
I'm gonna look down at Pevrin. What's Pevrin look like? Is there anything visibly about him that I'm like should be concerned? Is he like missing an arm or anything like that?
Quick glance. I mean,
just a quick glance. Like, is he? Because sometimes those explosions. Yeah.
He's very staggered. You can see that he's trying to stand. That's fine. Go for it. He tries to stand at this point, and he's beginning to move, but it looks like he's trying to move away from the fire. You're not sure what's happened. You did see him downed.
Okay, I look over at Oz, and I wink. That's just something I do, I guess. And then
Oz tries to wink, but it looks like he just blinks.
Blinks.
With his big creepy eyes.
His fucking googly eyes.
Oh, yeah, gobby eyes.
Weird eyes.
I give Oz a sock.
Oh my god.
So he's a free Oz. I wink, and I just toss it towards the burning tavern. I try
Make
to
an
toss
attack.
it generally in the doorway where the fireball hit. Like I'm trying to hit that entrance.
It's straight.
This is just gonna be.
He's checking it.
He's going for accuracy. It's Dex.
Oh.
I just rolled Dex.
It's gonna be D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
I thought it was a strength thing.
Oh,
Dex I probably could have done.
It's just +2. I'm just gonna do a D20. No,
You got it. Go for it.
Fine. I have a +2. Nice. It was
really
clearing on a 2 versus an 18.
Oh my god.
It was
4.
like
No, it's right next to the 4. It's like
yeah.
All right, perfect. You aim and you're targeting the. Where are you targeting?
it's like the front of the building.
Okay.
Like where's
Zokar?
Zokar died.
Okay. All right. All right.
No.
All right, my friend. Wording be damned. You aim at the front of the building where Zokar died. You huck this thing over shoulder.
Put it like up in the air.
And it sails right through the front door. You hear a ksh, and there's a momentary pause. All you hear is the flame. All you can hear is that flame that seems to ripple out around you. Before you can see the eaves and the thatch roof start to shift and move and like whiff on up. And then something happens yet again. You hear the sound of rain, but it's coming from within inside the building.
Oh no.
Wind kicks up and begins to draw forth. The shutters of the windows start to slam open multiple times. You hear the movement of furniture inside. Rain first, light, seemingly coming out, and then one of the thatched squares of the roof seem to like kilter up. And that's when you can see the wind kick upward and start to push. Water begins to follow, and it causes a massive storm. Bringing the flames down, I'm going to go ahead and...
Don't worry, Chad.
Bring up a storm.
Insurance will pay for it.
I'm certain that that is not the case.
Well, I mean, technically nobody owns this building. It is condemned at this point.
Well, Pevrin, it would go.
Pevrin can't own property. He's 11.
I think you just adopted him.
I mean, people were getting married.
I think Temerity adopted him by blowing up his dad.
Wow.
His responsibilities, Rye is not.
I mean, fair enough.
Hey, I didn't fireball his father, okay.
With multiple flashes of lightning, the thunder rippling the ground around you, the laughing demon comes to a crooning halt and collapse. One wall goes before another begins to shake, and it falls inward. And the home away from home for all of our allies, Pevrin's father, and the now lost Zokar. His building dies with him. The fire is now put out. Your world is suddenly significantly more saturated. A storm overtakes the area. Eli, you have no idea why. You heard the blast of the fireball, and then moments later, lightning. That's most certainly not normal. Your night went from bad to worse very quickly. Combat is going to come to an end. You can no longer hear the screams of those in town. Pevrin, you push yourself off the ground as Tripp. Takes you a moment, 6 seconds, 10 seconds pass before you're finally able to get that deep gasp of air. You look to the others, and they're just sort of standing there in awe as to what's happened. When you look back at the building, the laughing demon is destroyed. Char marks some of the front of the building that has now fallen, dilapidated. They quickly just aged and destroyed this entire building with a single huck of a spell and then a ball.
Well, maybe we shouldn't have thrown it inside of the building.
Tripp puts his hand to his chest and just looking at the destroyed tavern, utters out loud either to himself or for anyone to hear it. He's not really whispering it, but he utters Pevrin's screaming. He's crying.
I would be too. And Oz moves up slowly towards he like grabs the bucket and moves slowly towards where Zokar's body is with Hecker in tote.
Sure. There's really not a lot left of Pevrin's father's body. Zokar is. The blast really did a number on him, and then with the existing like the splash of the fire, and then the building falling down over the top of him, it's a mess, to say the least.
Oz will try to like move some of the pieces of the building off. And
I yell at Oz, actually, and I say, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just, Rye is interrupting Oz.
Yeah.
And I yell out to him, don't waste your time, Oz. They're still living. I know. But there's still people who are alive that need our help. Listen. And I think Bub said there was some other screaming, right?
Yep.
You can't hear it anymore. The storm is way too loud. You guys basically have to yell at each other in order to hear what you're saying.
I'm still running off to search.
Sure.
I just tell Oz, he's gone.
Oz will look at Pevrin, even though he knows Tripp is there, and Oz will say, "I'm sorry." He goes over and just hugs Pevrin, even though it's Tripp.
He pushes Oz away.
Makes sense.
Rye hugs Oz. Rye will not let that stand.
Two things.
All right.
I want to know what's happening right now with Eli, and then I want to know what's happening with Torvin.
As soon as it starts pouring down rain, I'm going to move Kendra inside, and probably like start collecting water and boiling it, just to, keep cleaning her up and get her out of the rain and the mud. And then if I ever do manage to stabilize her after, the combat of my turn, was going to be my turn next, then I would want to go out, and since it's storming so badly, I want to start collecting all the pieces of the professor's body and putting it, store it together so we can rebury his remains and do his, honor his remains.
Sure, I gotcha. So
and if I can do all that, then I will try and go find everyone else.
This
once
is definitely
I've
going to take
sorted.
some time.
Yeah.
Definitely going to take some time.
I don't want his remains to wash away. I'll give him everything I can.
Totally makes sense. Then what does this look like for Torvin? Torvin, you said you wanted to immediately go off.
Yeah,
look for other people.
As I run past the fireballing individual, I just, the hell? Under my breath and just keep running.
You keep running. You move in the one area, basically where you heard another person scream, and you'll move on at 10 seconds, 20 seconds before you hit one of the further homes at the end of town, and you see two children standing, like they're basically behind the pillars of a porch, and they're watching as their mother is basically like she's like face down in the dirt, and there is the body of a decayed man that seems to have fallen next to her. She doesn't seem to be moving, but you can see the decayed man's arm over the top of her, almost like they're spooning or like he's trying to hold her. But neither of them are moving, one of which is well past dead at this point.
I'm going to try and get the kids away. Just try and drag them away, move them away.
They're an absolute mess. They're crying, like eyes just full puddles, right? And like it's just horrific, ugly cry. And you can see that the woman's, when you have moved up next to them, they're watching, and the woman's face is just, it looks like something just raked straight down. It just tore absolute shreds into it. And then from what you can tell, as the man's body fell, it fell into like the last remaining spot of comfort for it. The arm is basically draped over the woman's arm, and it seems to be cradling up over the shoulder, holding on to her. It's something very uncomfortable, and you know it's incredibly not natural. Zombies don't cradle the ones they love. And now it's probably something incredibly odd to you because you witnessed Petros attack none of you, at least as far as you could tell, but Kendra. And then you saw the skeleton attacking Zokar, and only Zokar. You remove the kids. Where do you take them?
I slowly, well, it is a very bloody good question, isn't it? To the warmth of the town, I think. Yeah, no,
Well, you're hard to hear.
to other people, to the center of town.
Sure. You move to the center of town. The best place at this point for you to take them, your guess, I mean, it makes sense, right? As an older dwarf, you would probably know that most towns have a town hall. You could, with some ease, I mean, admittedly, it's a little locked up because it tends to not get used regularly. You could take them to the town hall.
Oh, that sounds fine. Like
Okay.
a really good idea.
Sure. You move back in tow. It takes a little bit of time. They're not running at your pace. I can't turn up anybody's volumes, guys. It's as loud as it gets. The best thing I can do.
Is there any,
No,
is
Wyld
there any way
can turn
to
this up
turn
loud.
yourself up a little bit? You're a little quiet.
I've turned the volume up on my end just a hair. Just a
Should
couple
be
of decibels.
fine here.
That's better.
That's that's better.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. You moved again into town with them. It takes longer because the children are not moving at your pace. They're not running. They're distraught. They want their parents. They're crying. You hear "Mama, Mama," and then you make it back into town. The three of you that stand there, 4 with Pevrin. What does this conversation look like? I imagine it's not good. This is Temerity, Oz, Rye, and Pevrin.
Rye just goes ahead and he just tells the group, we shouldn't stop. We should keep looking for others. There may be other people to save.
Oz nods and we'll follow.
We're gonna head towards the center of town with an emphasis on keeping our ears open.
You guys are basically at the center of town. Like the gazebo's there. This is where they kind of hold all their meetings. The Laughing Demon is right off of the center circle. So
Gotcha. Okay. Do we see? What do we see when we look around?
I heard a scream in the town. I heard on the side of the town, which is where Torvin went, and then inside Ravengrow was the other one.
Ravengrow is the town's name. Harrowstone is the prison's name. And that's Milestone Road.
The Restlands are the cemetery.
Correct.
Okay, so we have screams that Torvin has already gone for, right? Like in that direction.
You guys aren't hearing screams anymore, though.
No, but those are the ones that
Correct.
Oz has heard. So Oz will point towards the one on the side of the town, not the town hall area, and be like, "That's where I heard the other scream from. Come that direction."
And yeah, I'll just turn that direction, head that way.
So I'm not moving. I'm just standing there with my hands still out, staring at the wreckage of the family I just fucking destroyed.
You got it.
She's snowed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, and I understand, like, there's a lot going on. People might not notice. But, like, I might have just kind of blended in, but if you moved, you'd notice I didn't move you with you.
Sure. And that's
I might not have noticed.
Insightful.
I might just have assumed you were cool. You just kept going.
Yeah.
And
Oz would notice, though, and Oz would turn around.
That's one of the harder things to swallow as an Inquisitor, right? The Church actually, it's okay with some acceptable loss. It's unfortunate that they view it this way, but it's the quote-unquote for the greater good. You're eradicating a pest that nobody else is quite capable of. Even if this is beyond your normal means and not what you had intended, it never really sits with everyone. There's no such thing as acceptable loss when it comes to someone who's cared for you to some degree. So, snowed, as you said, just sort of soundless without amicable movement. You're just sort of stuck in the moment. The other two continue to move.
Oz will turn back around. He would notice for sure.
I probably wouldn't notice. I'm like in go mode right now. So if Oz like pointed and I went in that direction, I was just assuming everyone was behind me. So I'm just gonna keep heading off that way.
My daughter does that, so it's totally realistic.
You would you would see that Pevrin is like visibly crying, but like there's no like emotion to the face. And he walks over to Temerity, and as he just looks up at her and goes, he keeps screaming over and over if you and yours will be exercised along with me, seeing as he considers you wicked ones. And he kind of just lets the air linger for a little bit and then starts following Rye.
Wait a minute, you can't just say something like that.
He's not wrong.
I mean,
there'll be a price to pay for what happened today.
You didn't mean to do that, did you?
I did not.
Now Oz is concerned that maybe she meant to do it.
No, I'll look at my hands. I didn't. I that's not even something I can do. But it's done. And
something weird's going on here with our magic.
This town isn't right. And I think we owe it to figure out what's going on and leave it at least.
I don't think we're going to figure it out by running around here. I think we need to go to Harrowstone. get it all started.
I agree.
I agree. The two of you standing there, and Tripp watching close, stoic almost. There is this almost burden, a cumbersome weight that hangs with him. He knows that even though he is not living what Peverin is living, he is hearing it and he's experiencing it firsthand. As you two stand there, Torvin makes his way into the city circle. In hand, he has 2 children, both little girls. He's walking with them. They're crying. Probably 6 and 8 years old. About 30 feet out, but you can see him. This is the first amount of movement outside of your own group that you've seen. Eli, up to this point, from where you're at, you've managed to successfully take her in, irrigate, and finish the stitching process. You're starting to collect the body parts. Do you collect the skin and sleeve?
I'm gonna put everything I can into any, I guess like a chest. There's a chest, an empty chest, or that I could have dumped, or whatever.
In the servants' quarters, there's a chest of drawers that you are capable of emptying out. There wasn't much in there already, but you can just turn into a servant's chest and place the body in there.
And you can't tell because it's raining, but Eli's crying too, with no emotion on his face as he's picking up pieces of one of his mentors.
It's a very ugly situation.
And he doesn't even know about Zokar yet.
No. Rye, you ran off to another's cries. You were hoping to find them, just going in the direction that you saw that Oz was pointing. Crosses the small creek. The water's starting to flow and rise with it at this point. There is something that you can see. As you're looking, hoping for something, moonlight strikes multiple raindrops. It's causing these flashes, bits of glare here and there. But a cherry in the darkness, you see something light. It's a fire. This real bright orange cherry from a pipe, a long draw. A flash of lightning, and a face you recognize, but you're not quite sure from where. An older man stands on his porch. There's a body next to him. They lay prone. He's just watching.
I approach.
As you move in, he draws his hand up, and you see he's holding a war razor in his hand. Are you living? Are you dead?
I like to think I'm alive.
He brings the pipe back up to his mouth, and he takes a long draw. You see him exhale. He drops the war razor. And he takes a seat on what looks like a stump. He doesn't know what to say. He's just sort of shaking his head. The lightning flashes again, and you can see that there is a decayed body. The head severed from it. It looks like this person tried to come in through the door. And with the aid of some weight, some muscle, potentially the war razor, the head was removed from the body. The door is open. You can see the head just sort of on the floor. He sees you standing there and he says, "You tried to bite me. I didn't want her to. I always wanted her to come back, but not like this." It's at this point that you recognize the man. For multiple flashes of lightning. It's a man that you encountered when you entered into town. He called Petros a necromancer. He tried to incite a fight against you as you were helping bury his body in the Restlands. But with your efforts, you scared off this small riotous group.
Are you all right?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't know.
I walk up and Rye puts his arm out to like help him up. And he says, "Listen, you're not the only one who had to deal with the dead tonight. Let's get you to the center of town. People are beating up.
Is this Gib?
This is Gib. Gib Heffinus.
Yeah.
He takes your hand and stands up, dusts himself off, and puts the war razor in his boot. What do I do about her? I leave her here.
I nod. For now.
All right. Can I get... I want a memory test from you. This
Sure.
didn't happen that long ago. It's a wisdom. A high roll is fortune for you right now.
Of course I roll it too. I'll re-roll. This would be my last re-roll.
We have 4 luck re-rolls that we've got today. I've used all mine, so I can't
I
give
used
you one.
2.
So you got 2
I
left.
used 2. So yeah, I got 2 left. So I'll go ahead and re-roll this.
Ooh. Do you want to try for higher, or I can give you an even or odd?
Oh man, we'll have to go for even or odd.
Okay. All right.
Chances, right?
Even or odd in your favor.
I'll go with even. I'm on an even roll tonight.
Even.
You son of a...
I could re-roll off of your last re-roll if you'd like. It's a 50-50.
I feel like I'm just gonna fail it, but yeah, let's do it. We'll keep it even.
Okay.
I'll use my last one.
Even. Jack can also come through as heroes. Here we go. Even. Odd.
You can use one of mine.
Unlucky.
I haven't used any of my rerolls.
Unlucky. Well,
I don't think he lets us use ours for each other.
nope.
I don't even remember this guy. Fuck him. I don't know this guy.
It's not the guy that you're trying to remember.
Oh.
It's something about him that is pertinent to your immediate memory. You help him to his feet. Says he's not going to be all right. And you begin walking back. You know you heard at least one more person call out. Actually, you didn't hear it at all. If I recall, it was Oz.
Yeah.
Oz had succeeded. Yeah. All right. Where do you take him?
I take him back to the center of town.
Sure.
Like to the town hall.
You pass by the river, this creek, if you will, that passes by the statue of Warden Hawkrin, where the incidences have occurred up to this point. As you pass by, you can see Eli at the Lorimore residence. He seems to be collecting pieces from the street in the yard. He picks up this skin, this almost like sieve of flesh and linen that was his burial garment. There's a brief look over, and you can't tell where he is emotionally. You just see that he is distraught. He's incredibly unhappy. The rain is coming down in droves, and you're not sure if he's crying or if it's just the rain. But it fits the mood. This almost forever blanket of emotions seems to weigh on this town, to keep it pressed under thumb. And you move Gib into town, and when you arrive...
Real quick, if I'm noticing that from Eli, I'm just gonna tell Gib, just to head to the center of town. I'm gonna go check on Eli.
Eli's entered the home at this point, collecting the last pieces of his fallen mentor. He seems to be returning from the servants' quarters after shutting the body and the rest of its pieces inside. The water tapers down. You can basically just hear the wind beating against the shutter at this point.
So he's inside, and I'm heading to the residence now?
Yeah, I'm assuming that you've probably climbed the steps, and you're sort of standing in the doorway as you see him walking out of the servants' quarters, past the steps.
And I just say, hey.
What happened? I've been trying to keep Kendra alive. I think I finally got her stabilized.
Zokar's dead. Town was under attack by undead, much like us. We saved a few. but there could be more that need our help. How is she?
What do you mean Zokar's dead? What killed him? How did he die?
Are we all back together now?
I don't know. I'm not sure where everybody had gone up to this point. I figured you guys were going to stay and help Torvin with the kids, or I could be misremembering or overstepping here. You tell me.
I would be staying with Torvin.
Okay.
To help with the kids for sure.
It totally makes sense if Oz was to go back and try to look. You guys are, you're the mom's club.
Yeah,
I thought I followed
Oz would
Rye.
go with
or
Rye, yeah.
Ran off, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah, it's a little difficult for both of you to stay up with Rye. Rye is rather quick. He is that back alley brawler, so he's about it. Pevrin is very fast. Pevrin is also very winded at this point. So.
I'm also very injured.
Makes sense. Oh, you are injured. Oh, I need a constitution from you. Give me a con save.
Oh, you mean a fort save?
Yeah.
Sorry. 17.
Very good. Okay, you succeed. No sickness for you.
So am I answering Eli still?
I imagine at this point, yeah. Did Tripp go? Is Pevrin there? Or are you helping the others? I just need to know where you're located.
So I left after I told Temerity the whole thing. Like, I turned around and started walking off towards wherever Rye had ran off to.
Okay. All right. So then the two of you are there. You'll likely see that. Oh, okay. Then I need from both of you, particularly Oz here, a memory test.
Oh.
This is wisdom.
For Gib?
Yes. If they're both going to see Gib, they would get a memory test on this.
Like now I'm looking at my notes. Like what do I roll for a memory test?
Wisdom. D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
11.
Do you re-roll it?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, wrong thing. That was in 15.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's not going to be enough. 16 was even or odd. Tripp, my friend. You catch this. When he was there and he asked if you were dead or alive, and Rye responded, he sat down, he went through his moment of silence before finally saying he's not sure if he's okay, he doesn't know what to do. And he packed up that war razor, put it in his boot. Eli and Torvin identified the damage on the back of Sheriff Kaler's head as inflicted by a war razor.
Motherfucker.
Are we rewinding it back to that point, or?
Yes. You will have that knowledge. What you want to do with that is up to you. But he started walking into the center of town. So if you want to pull Rye aside and say something, or if you want to say something to Oz, you can.
I would pull both of them and pull them down, like, both to me. That was the razor used on the back of the captain.
Yeah, something seemed off about him, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I have to deal with it later.
I didn't want to join them until they were coming back with Gib.
Okay, sure. Then
The thing, so.
Okay, then it's me and Rye.
Then it's just Rye. Gotcha. Okay.
Then, yeah, I would tell Rye.
Okay. I would take in the information, but I don't. No, I would still go to the residence.
You got it.
Even knowing that.
Gibbs moves to the center of town. You now have that information. What you wish to do with it, up to you.
Should I split off then and follow him?
Is that what you want to do? Or do you stay?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Hello. Like.
I think Torvin's in town. I'm sure he can handle him, but
But
wouldn't hurt to keep an eye on him.
He doesn't know.
That old dwarf knows more than you think. Keep an eye on him, though. It's not a bad idea. I'm gonna check on Kendra. and Eli.
I'll track him then.
I nod at Pevrin. All right.
He,
I'll meet you guys back at the town hall.
Be safe. And gives him a nod. And I wonder if I can. Do you have your dagger on your belt?
You give it back to him. Oh, you're talking about him. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You gonna try to slide a hand at it? Yeah, I do have my dagger. I don't know if it's on my belt or if it would be in my backpack. I'd imagine it'd be on my belt.
I think it was on your belt the last time you described it.
I think it was, yeah.
I would see like kind of like doing that like arm pat thing to like squeeze his arm, but then like see if I can pull the dagger.
Go for it. Give me a sleight of hand. Let's see what you got. This is fun.
I love it. I love it because it's like the thing that he's done every time. Or we've given him daggers.
I can't hate.
Ooh, 14.
What is this opposed roll to?
Perception.
Okay, sorry. I probably should have been on top of that.
Bear in mind, it's if you have no reason, it's gonna be a little difficult for you to see. It's basically gonna buff his roll here. That's not enough.
He gets it.
Yeah.
You don't feel him lift it from your side.
Cool.
Tricksy little.
I give him
man.
I give him a nod, and I had to go check on Eli.
Okay.
I just kind of hold the dagger to myself and then stick to the shadows to follow.
You got it.
To follow.
Ooh, I wish like we got both Tripp's perspective and Pevrin's perspective of that.
And I kind of want to see here. Oz, give me a perception. You said you wanted to be there. You might have a chance to see this.
Oh, okay. As they're like parting ways.
Yep.
16.
You see it. He didn't have anything beforehand, but as he was parting ways, he seems to do a quick flourish with a dagger and tuck it up the arm, and then he starts bolting to town.
Nice.
This isn't the first time he's wound up with someone's dagger.
Oz approves of the dagger. We were training him with the dagger before that.
Rye climbs the steps to meet you. You have seen up to this point, since you've been here, Eli's been collecting parts of the late Petrus Lorimore. You're not really sure what he's doing with it unless you ask him, but he is gathering them, bringing them inside. You can see that Kendra is basically laying down on the couch by the fire. The wound on her arm has been sutured up. It's messy, but it looks as good as it's going to get, considering he's not a field surgeon. Additionally, it looks like there's some sort of, not necessarily an ointment, but like cloth to stop the bleeding on the stomach.
And I'm assuming that we're back in our conversation then? That Eli has asked me what has happened to Zokar?
What killed him? And
Ooh.
yeah, basically.
He was killed by, and I kind of paused for a second.
The weird magic stuff that's going on.
By his dead wife. And I look over at Oz. And I just kind of like...
That.
Yeah, that.
I'm a sense motive.
Yeah.
I'm not telling a lie. Technically, we don't know what killed... Wait.
Oz does,
hold on a
but
second.
Oz is deceptive.
He was alive and then fireball and then he wasn't moving.
We assumed he was alive.
I'm
but
sensing
he was
motive on
being
Oz because
attacked.
that response was like, I'm just going with what he says.
Fair.
That was pretty
I got a
sus.
decent bluff though.
Oh my
25.
God.
Beat a 25.
What is this
She goes,
crap?
I got a 25. Beat a 25. She's like, do it.
Oh my God. Dude.
Even with the 20.
I say that's pretty great.
But actually, there are no 20s because it's
I know
misaligned.
there's not crits on skills. I know.
It's impressive.
Wow.
Impressive.
You feel like there might be, but I'm convincing enough.
Wife?
That's
Was
pretty
she like Petros?
I nod.
He was, I think there's some weird, ghost thing going on where people's loved ones are coming back for them.
When you say that, I look at you because Rye just put that together.
I don't understand. Everything was fine. I had to stay back. I had to save Kendra. I can't I can't do everything. I got all of the professor's remains as much as I could find as quickly as I could, so the rain wouldn't take them, so that we could put him back to rest, so that maybe his spirit can be at peace.
I think the only way we're gonna make all of these spirits be at peace is if we go to Harrowstone, where it started.
I just couldn't leave his body to wash over the land and soak into it.
You did the right thing.
You did good.
Mind helping me out with some of that?
This is like messed up.
Right.
And there's another thing. I'm looking down at Oz, and I'm realizing that he does look kind of beat up a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, Oz is kind of a hot mess to begin with, but yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell.
I don't know what happened. This storm came out of
My
nowhere.
overalls have like a scratch on them.
I've been collecting water though. I've been boiling it on the fire so I can try to look at your wounds and fix you up as best as I can. I just don't understand. I don't understand. He just seems confused and like he's rambling a little bit.
Oz just nods.
Oh, yeah. Do the best you can. How is she looking?
She's
at
not
this point, I
anymore.
walk in and I kind of like walk towards Kendra, just to like take a glance. How does it look when I see Kendra on the table? Is she awake? Is she unconscious?
She's kind of weaving in and out of it at this point. She took most of her health in that single round of combat. The additional 2 points put her basically to 0. And before it could get worse, Eli was able to heal her, and then she stabilized the next round. So, like, as far as mechanically goes, she's sitting at 1 of 9.
Just trying to keep her from getting a fever. Could turn for the south if she gets an infection or fever, and I'm pretty sure that corpses aren't the cleanest thing to be struck by. Well, let me check you, Oz, and see if I can fix you up. I'm assuming that you're the same as anatomically as a person, which sounds really insensitive, but he doesn't know. He's not used to goblins. He doesn't ever try to heal a goblin.
Right? Yeah, that's not really a thing.
That's true. One time we tried to heal
a
dwarf, and it ended up being like some weird clay shit. So totally understand.
Yeah. I don't know if you got like green blood or something. I don't know.
Oz like.
I mean, I guess I would know now.
His arm and like the side that's like slashed, where he was like trying to protect Kendra. And it's like his weird leathery skin with his claw, and it's just like,
As far as I know, I bleed like anybody else. One time, I cut my hand while I was chopping some onions. It was because I was crying too much and stuff was in my eyes. They really need to come up with some goggles or something while you're cutting onions.
I think you just solved that yourself.
Eli is just ignoring all of this, like wondering like how the hell can Oz be talking about onions at a time like this right now?
That's how
it's like everything just off the back, water off the back.
Food solves everything.
Maybe I should make us some stew or something. That will make everyone
You need to hold
better,
still
right?
until I can fix you up.
Oz tries to hold still.
Should I try healing or should I?
Go for it. I mean, whatever you'd like to try to do here. It doesn't look like.
I mean,
It looks as if Oz is stabilized naturally, but there is some, obviously, like Oz has lost some health.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have lay on hands anymore, so I have no like way to actually give points of healing unless we use a potion.
I think you can do that a number of times, equal to like half your level plus your charisma modifier.
Being at 2nd level each day, you can use this ability number 10. Half paladin level plus charisma. Yep. Okay.
So
okay.
It's not like a D&D 5e where like you get like a pool and you can only expend it.
Gotcha.
That's probably what you're used to, because that's what Perrin has.
Heal 1d6 a point every 2. So how many? I did
charisma
1.
mod?
So how many? I got +4.
So you can do it 4 more times.
All right. Well, I'll pop 1 then. Now I'll warm my hands up a little bit. Get some glowy, warm It's like fiery, but it doesn't burn, and it's not as red. It's more like yellowish. And
Forge flame.
Yeah.
Got like that Mr. Miyagi.
3.
Man, that was powerful. Miyagi had some magic in them hands.
Clear.
So how much HP are you actually down right now?
I'm 9 out of 13 now.
Okay, I'll do it one more time just to top you off, because I think we're going to be able to get to rest after this, and yeah, perfect.
Yay.
There we go.
Okay.
Now I'm 12 out of 13.
That's all I can do for you.
You guys can continue engaging in small talk and healing at this point, expressing your feelings. I need to know before we end tonight what things look like in the center of town between Temerity, Torvin, the children, and then the now returning Gib and Peverin.
Bub, I guess I should let you know, I do intend to head back to the center of town, like after I check on Kendra.
Okay.
Once Oz is here, I'm going to be like, hey, you want to head back? You know?
Yeah, I think we'll all regroup eventually.
Yeah, okay.
For now, it's just as rudimentary as a party split as can be.
Sure.
So, Torvin, you've arrived on scene. Temerity is fairly quick to respond, seeing people in need, particularly children. What do the two of you do?
I am used to ferrying and moving people around to safety, so I am trying to make sure that core location remains safe and to continue to scout around the edges to make sure people can come back.
All right. So then this is between you two. You guys have that conversation.
So when you get close, I would just be, what happened? Are they okay? And I would just look them over. Like, I wouldn't touch them or invade any spaces. I'd just start kind of giving them a once over.
Just get them inside. Their parents are gone.
I'll look around. Do you know where? Did you have a goal? A target?
Their parents are gone. We got to get to the hell.
Lead the way.
It's not been pointed out at this point where the town hall actually is, but moments into this conversation, you see a person approaching. They're not like hobbling like any of the creatures before. It's someone that you've seen before. It takes a moment before the light sort of catches his face. It's the town councilman, Vashian Hearthmount. He moves in. He seems to be brandishing a club at this point, and he looks rather concerned. He looks to each of you. The same stoicism over his face, right? That very tight brow. I was met tonight by my son, who had passed. He fell in combat. I was not expecting to drop his body again. He looks down to the kids. Let's get inside, where it's at least dry. And he seems to rattle for some keys at his side and move over past the gazebo into a larger building. It's about a 50 by 30, so it's a pretty long building. There's not many windows on this. The doors are huge. They look like church doors. And he looks back. Ravengrow Town Hall. It's mostly used for storage at this point. There are pews inside. You can set them down.
Once we're inside, I'm going to make sure that, I want to make sure that that area is safe. So, what the state of the walls, the windows, is it defendable?
This place is really sturdy comparatively. It looks like, unlike what you saw in the Laughing Demon, which had a bit more of a thatch top roof, this is it's dated, but it's very solid in its make. It is bricked all the way around. The doors are of a very darkened and wide wood. Nothing appears to be immediately flammable, but hey, wilder things have happened, right? God forbid wild magic strikes a fireball at a door. Crazy shit can occur. So, where there's a will, there's a way. It does look fairly defensible, though. The pews are quite heavy, and there's not really much in the way in here. You do see that there are sconces. There's about 6 or 7 of them around the room. There appears to be a staging area where whomever is leading conjugation or any kind of sermon of sorts might stand.
There's no fireplace here, perchance?
There is not a fireplace, no.
Okay. Yeah, my main... well, I mean, I'm looking around trying to look at this, but my eyes and thoughts mostly are with the children, just to make sure they're settled when they get inside.
Okay. They're still shaken up. It's still lots of like heavy crying. Bastion is not really sure what to do. He's not he's been a parent for a long time, but he's not been the parent of a small child in 30 years.
Mm.
So this is not quite in his wheelhouse. He looks immediately to both of you. I can find something warm, a blanket, or something more clothes. But he seems very nervous. I was never very keen on consoling a child.
Aye, blankets would be good.
Very well, I'll return. And he seems to sort of like make his way to the back side of the building, and he's like pulling some boxes, lifting up some crates and things like that, right? And as he's seemingly pulling them open, he's pulling out some like what looks like old linen, some blankets, various things like that. And he starts to return with some blankets. Is there anything you wanted to say in between? Temerity.
No, I'm not saying much actually to her because I'm concerned that I might get fireballed if I do. So I'm
sure.
Just gonna...
Checks out. Temerity,
Oh, yikes.
give me a sense motive. You're good at reading a room. You're great at reading people.
Sure.
Temerity, there is a lingering sense of fear, though you can never quite see it over Torvin's face. He keeps a distance from you. But the man is hardened, weathered. This dwarf has seen some shit. And you can sense that he's keeping his distance for more than the fact that he's just trying to let these children calm down. It makes sense. You recognize it. It's something that's made you incredibly unhappy in the very short time that has passed since. Bastion returns immediately with these blankets, and he starts throwing them around the children, kind of pulling them up under their chins. There you go. Very good, very good. Well, and we'll dry you up. Are you hungry? Like looks at each of you for like approval. Like, is this what dads are supposed to do? Are you hungry?
As he does that, I tap him on the shoulder, like, good job, good. Just to guide him in that direction.
The door swings now, and you can see another man entering at this point. It is Gib Heffinus. You will each recognize him as the man that you met about 5 to 6 days prior. He was the one you encountered attempting to stop the burial of Petros Lorimor. Not far behind him, another person arrives. They see the doors open. Bastion starts to light the sconces. People are starting to come in and grab spaces on the pews. Bastion looks to you, Temerity, and to you, Torvin. I think I'm going to call a town meeting. We've ignored this for too long, and I believe it's time we discuss what our next move is going to be. Would you agree that this is a natural course of action?
Aye.
Our fears can only...
look at...
Go ahead.
Oh. No, go on.
Our fears can only go on so long. I'll go door to door.
And I'll look at him, and then look at the kids, and then look around at all of the unknown people that are just walking in, including that guy. The Temple of Pharasma may be a safer place for these two. They'll be well cared for there. Are you okay if I bring them, Torvin, or would you like to accompany me?
I think at the moment we just need to be here. We'll move when it's safe.
I don't think the children should be exposed to a room full of shouting adults, as that's bound to it's bound to go there with a riled up crowd. I'm happy to take them in return. Right here, quickly.
What you got, Pevrin? I see you over there.
So, as the door's about to close, I'll slide in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kick that dude's legs, like the back of his legs out, so he drops to his knees, and then hold the dagger to his neck.
Okay, you were staying far enough behind that you weren't seen, and he's gonna basically move to a pew and sit down. So you're gonna like kick him through a pew?
Oh, I thought I was like close enough. I thought I was had come in close enough behind him.
No, I was under the impression that you said that you were staying to like the shadows.
Yeah, I didn't know if I thought the way you were wording it, it's I was coming in immediately behind him.
No, I didn't take that as case. But if you wanted, we could wind that back. Your call. You obviously have like an offensive thing that you'd like to do here.
Yeah, at least for this dude.
Was this for Gib?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Or I would say the moment he sits down, I would take one of the seats behind him, and then I would put the dagger out, and then I would call for Temerity and Torvin.
Temerity and Torvin, you hear your names called. When you glance around, Tripp, aka Peverin, is sitting in a pew, and he has a dagger pointed at the man. He's not said anything. He's not stuck the dagger in the man's back. And Gib is just sort of sitting there. He's like leaning over, hands on the pew, just sort of like slowly rocking. He has no idea that Tripp is behind him with a dagger.
I'm gonna look at that and then look at Torvin.
I would pull him down, like to force him down into the seat, and then hold him.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna look at that and then look at Torvin and say, "I'm bringing the kids to the temple. I'll be right back."
You grab the kids as he immediately, like he holds onto the man's shoulder and puts the dagger to his back, and one of the clergy bursts in immediately. Father Grimborough's been killed. And he points to Gib. It was you. And that's where I end tonight's session.
Ooh. That guy can't stay alive.
No.
Just to be safe, I start punching holes in everybody with my ghost hands. I'm like, you're not possessing anyone in this place.
I'm gonna just cast something random and hope it hits him, because it'll just
gonna happen.
Evil.
Yeah, just cast
light.
Okay.
Temerity
spell, and then he explodes.
Exactly.
I'll get Temerity to inquisitorize him. Pull some fingernails off and get him talking.
Hey, listen, he could have been killed before that fireball hit. All right, he was in the middle of being attacked.
Bullshit.
Right? You can't listen.
He was on the ground. There was a skeleton attacking him.
You saw lacerations in the arm and stuff. He'd already been hit previous. You don't know how many times he could have already been dead.
Tell him to smell the flowers. What's more kind, smelling the flowers or what I did?
I mean, he can't smell flowers when he's being, scorched at like 500
exactly.
Degrees. Just and washed away there.
He didn't feel any of it.
Exploded the other.
I wonder what temperature you cooked him to, like mid-well.
Oh my God. That's that's just rude. I would never.
Being
medium rare at most.
Flash cooked at 500 degrees.
I like
they got that's like medium. That's like medium rare.
Yeah, I was gonna say medium rare is the only thing to do if I have any respect for him at all.
Yeah.
As far as Rye's concerned, he was already dead when that fireball went off.
Extra crispy.
Pansear, man. Rough. All right. I'm gonna give you guys your moments here in the sun. Let's talk about where you come from, what you're doing these days, and how can the rest of us find you on the reg. We're gonna start with Cobalt, my man.
Hello, I'm Cobalt. I stream every single day at like 5 p.m. Central, except for Thursdays, where I'm on roll for it at noon Central. And I play a lot of Isaac, a lot of indie roguelike action adventure stuff. I've been doing some Rogue Book, which is a lot of fun, and Little Ghost of Tsushima. And yeah, that's me. And I'm here on Tuesdays, and to see this mess through, this mess we've made.
It's a beautiful mess. I'm actually very excited for everything to start coming down to this. I was explaining to everyone before we started today's stream that there are multiple ways that you guys can lose. Now, a lot of people are like, you can't lose D&D, but you can't win at the same time. You can only become the heroes or, I guess, the villains depending on your actions and your moves. But there are multiple ways that you guys can fail throughout this story. And I'm very excited to see just how bad it gets. You know what I mean? I'm stoked for it. I don't know about everybody else, but I am thrilled to see how you guys manage to make it out of this experience. Next, we got Imperial. Misty, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
Well, you can find me cooking up old men outside their inns if you'd like. But usually on Twitch, I'm twitch.tv/Imperial. You can find me sewing. Most nights I've been trying to get back to, doing that. Oh my gosh. I've been suffering through the Colorado terrible air quality. So I have a cough like a 40, no, I guess I'm over that age, like an 80-year-old woman. But in general, we're just having a good time. We're chatting, we're sewing, we're playing some fun, cozy games like The Sims and Rust. Very cozy. So yeah, that's me.
I can't believe it. Karami just said, Ellohime, you smoked a wife and
Dude,
she smoked a husband.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Oh,
okay,
wow.
What can we give him? Because that deserves like an Emmy.
that chat, you figured out. What does the man get there? That was good.
That's like,
it's impressive.
Some literal applause for that.
This is a good one.
Yo, bro, I got that good. It's got husband, wife, and a little bit of a tavern char on the inside.
Oh no,
perfect, bro.
I'm not about
Smells
this.
faintly of wolf balls.
No, God, no! Please shift forward. Wyld, save us. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Howdy all. I am, of course, Wyld here on the Twitches and the Twitters. I'm be playing a ridiculous amount of Minecraft for, I think, about a fifth of my life now, and I'm going to be continuing to do it. We're starting up a new server. I'm playing with my wife at the moment on there. Got a few guests coming in, including Vasky, the creator of the pack. So feel free to come on in. We're having a ball of a time.
Oh man, perfect. We got Maggie. What are you doing these days? Where can we find you?
Hi. Well, I'm looking for some more stuff to do, but I'm mostly here on Tuesdays for us while we're wrapping up this, and then I will be also over on Roll For It on Thursdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. BST or GMT, I guess, right now. And that's kind of all that I got going on right now. So, if you're doing something, you're looking for somebody, holla. But other than that, I am making video games. That's what I do for a living. And I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, which you can find at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And you can find me at MargaretKrohn in all of the places.
Sick. Next. Hello. Boss, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hi, everybody. I stream really early in the morning, Eastern time, like 4 a.m. So if you're an insomniac, come join us. If you want to know how to find me, the link's in the chat. And from there, you can find all my social medias. Yeah, I'm a variety streamer with an emphasis on, just having fun and relaxing, cracking jokes and just hanging out. So that's me.
Perfect. My mans, we got Xander over here. Tell us about you, boss. What are you doing when you're not here?
What's going on? When I'm not here, I'm hating my life in retail, for one. Then, on stream, I play a variety of games, retouching back on Oblivion for Elder Scrolls series, and currently playing my way through Stormblood expansion of Final Fantasy as a gunbreaker. Yeah, other than that, if you ever want to see what a young Michael B. Jordan looks like on stream, look at this face and go to that channel, XanderDarks, right there, Twitch.
I think you're older than he is.
And I look just as good. No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh man, Lord.
What's your skin routine?
Yeah, what is that like?
I never go outside when I can.
And being black.
Yeah.
Like we don't like black don't crack is not like it's a thing. It's a real thing.
This is gonna be like this until I'm like 65 and then maybe a gray hair or two.
Yeah.
But
I'm
then
actually 87.
God, you're gorgeous.
You're
Stop
both
it.
So beautiful. Yeah.
God damn it.
Just no outside, is pretty much the biggest thing. And then when people get close by, you just hiss.
What the fuck?
You're a natural beauty.
I knew you were. I bet you were that kid that hissed at people in high school.
I actually did that to a customer by mistake because I thought I was one of my friends
Nice.
Because me and my friend have this weird thing where like if we get like near each other when we're passing by, we always just like hiss, and I thought it was my friend when we were walking through the appliance department, and then I literally just beeline shifted over and was like customer's like, I was like, oh, you're not my friend, my bad. And I just walked into the warehouse like it was no big deal.
That's how I met my cat.
Yeah.
Precious. That whole story was precious. Guys, it's me. You already hear. You know what I do. If you don't, I'm Bub. I tell stories. I try to make voices loud and laugh as often as I can, but often I find myself the butt of the jokes, and that's okay because, well, you guys gotta laugh at something. So thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you, your follows, your support, anything and everything that y'all do. Check out Patreon. If you guys sub us up to 100 patrons there, then Pecker, which is Oz's Familial right there, will actually become possessable. So if you'd like to possess the Pecker, then move us on up to Patreon 100, and who knows, maybe we'll put the Splatterman in Peck. Maybe. Or Vance. Yeah, we'll put the Lopper in
Rise
Peck.
left arm. You can possess my left arm.
Oh God, what? No, that brings a whole new definition to the stranger, and I'm not here for it.
Hey man, I don't make the rules.
You just abide by it. I get that. I get that. Well, thank you guys for everything. I'm gonna set them free to let them do what they do. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay nerdy, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. I'm out of here.